Welcome to the spot where the pages come alive. Comix Couple Cafe, where the fun vibes thrive. Comics Dad's got the scoop, Mrs. Comics brings the flair. Pour a cup, settle in, there's magic in the air. Comix Couple Cafe, oh, what a scene. From manga to movies and all in between. News of the world or a hero's big fight. Chat with us live on this Thursday night. Flip through the panels and exciting anime scenes. Superhero showdowns and wild plot schemes. From breaking headlines to life's little wins, we're sipping and spilling where the fun begins. Hey, chat, jump in, tell us what you think. Is it capes or kaiju? Give us a wink. With Comics Dad's quips and Mrs. Comics' grace, this cafe's the heart of our geeky space. So grab your favorite issue, pull up a chair. Comics Couple Cafe, we're beyond compare. From comics to life, we're here to stay. Tune in, let's chat at the cafe today. Flip through the panels and exciting anime scenes. Superhero showdowns and wild plot schemes. From breaking headlines to life's little wins, we're sipping and spilling where the fun begins. Hey chat, jump in, tell us what you think. Is it capes or kaiju? Give us a wink. With Comics Dad's quips and Mrs. Comics' grace, this cafe's the heart of our geeky space. So grab your favorite issue, pull up a chair. Comics Couple Cafe, we're beyond compare. From comics to life, we're here to stay. Tune in, let's chat at the cafe today.
Hey everybody, Comics Dad here, along with Queen Comics Wife. And before we even get into anything, I just want to point out to everybody, do you notice something different? Ooh, wait, no, there we go. There we go. But, hi everybody, how are you tonight? Just a real quick shout out for, because we are here on the Comics Dad channel, looking new, looking fresh, looking better than ever before. And a quick shout out to friend of both the Comics Dad channel and the Queen Comics Wife channel, The Real Tomby. He is a solid human being, and he did me a solid and set up this whole layout that we're going to be using for the channel moving forward. And he's actually going to be setting one, helping Queen over here with setting up a new layout for her stuff as well. So this way you guys don't just have to look at us. You have some fancy other stuff to look at as well. You can also see yourselves in the chat over here. So, but shout out to Tomby. Go ahead, give him a follow on X, subscribe to him on YouTube, and follow him on Rumble if you have a Rumble account as well. But here we are tonight, and we are doing a YouTube-only Comics Couple Cafe tonight because the new streaming software, or web-based streaming software that we're using, there was a hiccup in trying to stream it over to Rumble as well. So, gonna troubleshoot that tomorrow and see how it goes. So hopefully this will mean that we can start doing the gaming streams on Rumble too now. But without further ado, Queen Comics Wife, Hello, lovely. How are you tonight?
Tired.
Tired?
I had a long day at work.
Yeah, didn't we all? But let's. I know I highlighted some of the comments during the countdown, but let's just jump in and say hello to everybody. Panda Simone, first in the chat, says, haha, John Ambler, I'm number one. How are you, Panda Simone? Good to see you. Our friend Tafcaj says, I love you, Comics Dad.
Screw you, too.
Thank you, Tafcaj.
Screw you.
But Error of Fate was in here, said, hello, fellow humans. Error of Fate, as usual, will be back during the stream. John Ambler, Isaac, Brimstone, Donna Hall. What was that?
Shauna said hi.
Yep, Shauna waved with some wave emojis. Mash, hey everybody, how's it going? How's it going, Mash? Good to see you, man.
It's been a long day.
Donna Hall, thank you so much for stopping by. Panda Simone, I think I'm repeating names now at this point. Oh, what's this? John Ambler, hitting the Fireball whiskey since that's what I have on hand. Come on, John.
It's been a long day.
But I understand you've had a long day. You're better than that, John. You're not a 19-year-old college girl. You're better than that.
John, you look like a 19-year-old college girl. You're good.
Donna Hall. I usually do peanut butter whiskey on the rocks.
Ugh, no. I don't like whiskey.
Ooh, I gotta try that.
Ugh.
I love me some maple whiskey. There's a maple whiskey by Knob Creek that goes down like butter. So good. John Ambler, long day indeed. Well, John, just kick back and relax, man. We are here to hang out.
Before we get started, just to let you know that maple whiskey you like?
Yes.
I found a recipe for it to make French toast whiskey.
Ooh, French toast whiskey. Ooh,
I thought I'd make you one of those cocktails
French
when I
toast
see if you
whiskey,
like it.
everybody. I'm going to be getting myself a treat at some point here. Well, not tonight, but
no, I'm not doing
probably
that
this weekend.
Yeah, probably so.
Mash says, I make white Russians with peanut butter whiskey. See, I've never heard of peanut butter whiskey before. I know there's various flavors out there, whiskey and bourbon, but never would have thought peanut butter.
So if I go alcohol, because I'd rather just wine, I'm a wine girl, but if I do alcohol, it has to be rum with cranberry juice and pineapple juice. Mix that shit up, I'm good to go.
Oh, no, I forgot. Since this is Comix Couple Cafe, hopefully everybody has some sort of drink in hand, whether it's coffee, tea, water,
coffee,
juice, coffee, as this one says, or something a little bit harder like John's got. But cheers to everybody. Welcome to the Comix Couple Cafe.
Cheers, guys.
We have a good show for you guys tonight. We got some stuff to talk about, but as usual, we're just going to bullshit with you guys throughout the night as we go through our topics as well.
John, I'm sorry you had a rough day at work. Trust me, my job sucked today too. I went in at 7:30 this morning because I work from home. No lie, I'm usually off by 4. I've been so busy today. I didn't get off till almost 6:30 tonight.
So you didn't go in?
Yes, I did. I sat down in my living room.
Yeah, you sat down.
I went in my living room.
You didn't go in.
Why do you gotta start shit?
Fix that hat.
Anyway,
one of the nubs on that hat is chewed up by the dog.
I got off at work at 6:30 tonight, which is not a normal night for me. So I'm exhausted. I hate computer screens at this point because I have to keep staring at them.
yeah, don't we all? But yeah, let's get into our very first topic tonight. Queen Comics Life. We were talking about this just shortly. Ooh, look at that screen transition. Wait, no, wrong one.
Dummy.
Well, if you were in the other room, I would have used that one, because then you would have been showing up in that middle section that showed
Oh,
up.
I'm so sorry. I ruined your fucking plans.
Why are you being so... Whatever. Anyway. So glad to be here hanging with you all, though. Yeah, I'm so glad you're here, John. But anyway, so Jeremy Renner, who everybody knows, at least over the last decade plus, as Hawkeye in the Marvel movies. What was that?
I know the TV show for him.
Yes, they did Hawkeye on Disney Plus.
I didn't know that.
It has been released in an interview that Jeremy Renner turned down doing Hawkeye Season 2 because he was offered half his Season 1 salary. And he said, quote, "Do you think I'm only half the Jeremy because I got ran over?" So for those of you who didn't know, because remember he had that, snowmobile accident?
Oh, that's right. He got hurt. Yeah. I forgot about that. He almost died, didn't he?
So let's go through the article from Variety here. Jeremy Renner is speaking out about why there's no second season of Hawkeye yet. In a new interview with High Performance, Renner, who played Clint Barton, a.k.a. Hawkeye, says he was offered half his salary from the first season. Quote, "They asked me to do season 2, and they offered me half the money. I'm like, well, it's going to take me twice the amount of work for half the amount of money, and 8 months of my time, essentially, to do it for half the amount." Renner went on to suggest that the proposed lower salary was a result of his near-fatal 2023 snowmobile accident, which was really rough. I think he was in the hospital for almost a month, wasn't it?
He was in a coma, wasn't he?
I don't remember if he was in a coma or not, but I remember it was a really bad accident. So, and it was very surprising, and he was lucky to be alive from what I remember of it. But he continues. He says, I'm sorry. Why? Do you think I'm only half the Jeremy because I got ran over? Maybe that's why you want to pay me half of what I made on the first season. And yeah, he was hospitalized for blunt chest trauma and orthopedic injuries on New Year's Day 2023 after his snowmobile... oh no, it's not a snowmobile, snowplow. His snowcat, a large snowplow that weighs at least 14,330 pounds, ran him over. Yeah.
How did that happen?
Maybe he forgot to put it in park. I don't know. Or maybe it slid on ice or something.
That could have been
The
it.
actor was trying to help his nephew out of the snow near his home in Lake Tahoe when the snowcat crushed him. His injuries included 8 broken ribs in 14 places, a broken right knee and an ankle, a broken left leg, tibia, and ankle, a broken right clavicle and shoulder, and more. Yeah.
That's insane, man.
And he continues to say, this is, quote, this is not Marvel, mind you. This is like just Disney, not even really Disney. It's just the penny pinchers, the accountants. I told them to go fly a kite. I mean, just at the insult offer. So we didn't see eye to eye on it. Renner continued, adding that he's not ruling out a return to Hawkeye in the future. Quote, sadly, I still love the character. I'd still love to do it, but I had to defend myself. I didn't ask for any more money, mind you. Just pay me what I made the first season. So it's all disheartening that that didn't happen. But it's fine. I'm happy to let that go because my body's probably thanking me time and time again that I'm not doing it right now. But we'll see. The first season of Hawkeye, which also starred Haley Steinfeld and Florence Pugh, debuted on Disney Plus in late 2021. Marvel did not immediately respond to Variety's request for comment. Okay. So, now that we have read through that whole article, I can respect him basically telling Marvel to go kick rocks, because basically a pay cut of 50% is kind of bullshit. But at the same time, though, that Hawkeye show on Disney Plus, I don't think did very well. And then especially if they approached him, like last year. Marvel Studios has not been in a good spot financially over the last couple of years because all their stuff has been awful, except for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Deadpool and Wolverine. So that also probably factored into why they offered him half, because it just the Marvel Studios brand is hemorrhaging money, just like Disney is hemorrhaging money. Yep. So I can see where he's coming from, but at the same time, like Disney as a whole has been trying to find ways to cut costs while also hide the money that they're losing from their investors, and I'm sure just adjusting actor salaries and actor contracts is part of the way. But at the same time, good for Jeremy Renner telling Disney to go kick rocks. Know your worth, people, all you out there. Hey, Paul Hadouken, new friend of the channel's in the chat, says,
go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Hey.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. Go fuck yourself.
There we go. Donna Hall, how the hell do you end up under a snowplow? They think he didn't put it in park. That's probably what happened. But
it's just weird how he got ran over. Like, that's weird. Like, he went to help his nephew, but how the hell did it? You know what I mean?
No, he's applauding you.
I'm okay with that. I'm applauding myself.
But no, just for anybody who kind of came in here and is like, hey, who's this dude telling the Comix couple to go fuck themselves?
Paul is a really good friend.
Paul's a good dude. Paul's a new friend of the channel, a new friend of the Comix family. He participates in the panel on Tomby's channel every Wednesday for the Hump Day Chinwag. When we were on there last week, we got a chance to meet Paul and everybody else, and yeah, it turned into a whole thing.
So here's the thing. Paul's from Chicago, okay? I'm from Jersey. He says, go fuck yourself. But the way he says it, apparently I say it better, which is fine. I'm good with that. But my point is, Paul's fucking awesome. And I love him. He's the best. And we have this thing that he always says now, she says it better than I do. No, Paul, you say it just as good as I do. So don't worry about that. You good.
John Abler says it better. But yeah, everybody, when you get a chance at some point, go ahead and go subscribe to Paul Hadouken on YouTube. And for anybody that has Rumblies over there as well, John, I know you, please, if you can, Mr. Mod, go ahead and drop the link to Paul's YouTube channel in the chat if you don't mind, since we're over just on YouTube tonight. Huh?
I didn't see Deborah tonight.
Nah, she's probably busy. It's all good.
She would be working.
Our mods are not paid here.
No, I'm just
very
thinking,
well. We pay them so poorly they literally don't get paid. So we don't expect them to do much.
John gets paid with love of friendship, right, John? Your payment is love of our friendship.
Well, technically, you're a mod.
I'm off duty.
There we go. Hey, John Adler, follow Paul on YouTube. Thank you, John, so much, brother, for dropping
Thank
that in
you,
there.
John.
But yeah, so good for Jeremy Renner. I don't know. What are your thoughts on all
I
that?
think he did the right thing because honestly, and my thing though is Disney's stupid because he is Hawkeye. So for you to sit there and say, "Well, we're not giving you the money," that's stupid because now you have to find somebody to replace him that's not going to be Hawkeye. He is the Hawkeye. He portrayed it so well.
No, agreed. But in the article I read though, I mean, it did quote him in the article saying he's not ruling out coming back as Hawkeye.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying.
No, I get that, but also it's not a Marvel movie. It was a Disney Plus. It was a Disney Plus show, which is only going to be like 6 or 8 episodes.
John.
So,
John, why don't you
you're welcome,
shut up?
Paul. John, it's stupid. but no, I can see Jeremy. I definitely agree with Jeremy Renner, especially if it was a 50% cut. Like if it was maybe like a 25% downtick.
No, that's bullshit too.
Well, if it was like maybe 25% less than season 1, maybe they wouldn't have had him do as many stunts. Maybe he wouldn't have been as heavily relied on in it because Haley Steinfeld's character maybe would have gotten a little more attention.
Yeah.
Who knows? But and also Disney's trying to cut costs, so I can see both sides of it.
Yeah.
John says, "Why am I craving stew now?" Jeez, John. But before we get into our next piece of business, I do just want to let everybody know and remind anybody that's been here, anybody who's new to the channel as well. First and foremost, do not ever feel obligated to do this, but people in the Comics Crew community have been kind enough and generous enough to want to make donations here to the channel, both to myself and then also to Queen Comics Wife as well. In the description of the stream, you could find the various links of ways to donate. There's Ko-Fi, there's Buy Me a Coffee, there's the Comics Dad PayPal and the Comics Dad Venmo. Queen Comics Wife has her own direct PayPal link as well, which she puts in her streams over on her channel.
Which, Paul, that means I have my own channel, Paul. Just saying, Paul.
But we never expect donations from anybody. But it is very humbling whenever somebody does donate to either myself or Queen Comics Wife. And we appreciate it so very much, and the generosity and to be so blessed to have people that want to support us in such a way. Especially being that we have not hit monetization, which isn't really a goal here. I really just started my channel. Queen Comics Wife started hers. Just kind of have fun, be able to talk to people, and just do some fun stuff and stuff like this. Yeah, act stupid. But if anybody decides to donate, links are in the description of the stream. Also, everybody be sure to go subscribe to Queen Comics Wife if you haven't done so already on YouTube. And for anybody that's watching that has a Rumble account, although we had issues through EV Mux tonight, our new streaming website we're using, we've had some issues connecting to Rumble tonight, so we're not streaming tonight on Rumble. But for anybody that has a Rumble account, you could also follow our channels, Comics Dad channel and Queen Comics Wife over on Rumble as well.
Yes, you can.
So, but anyway.
So, I have an announcement, Comics Crew. We have hit 42 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, for the Queen Comics Wife channel.
For the Queen Comics Wife channel. We're at 42.
Yeah, Queen Comics Wife.
We said we go to 100 by the end of August. That might be closer, so we'll see what happens.
And then just an update, I guess, over on the Comics Dad side. We are at 274. At the end of March, we were right at 200. And I had set the goal to hit 300 by the end of May. It is May 1st, and we are already 26 away. So thank you guys so much for being so supportive and spreading the word. If you could continue to do so and continue to spread the word to people, share the channel, share the streams, share the X posts, all that stuff. Talk about the comics read-along videos to your friends and all that. If we keep the momentum going and we hit 300 subscribers here on the YouTube side, I'm going to put out a poll with maybe 2 or 3 options for you guys to decide what the next piece of content you guys want to see here on the channel is. So if we can hit that 300 subscriber mark, we get more content. So
and by
thank
the
you guys
way,
so much.
If we get 50 on my channel, we're going to do the ice challenge on Comics Dad.
Wait, what? I did not agree to that. No.
Yes, we are.
No. I never agreed to that.
If we hit 50 by the end of this month in May, We are ice challenging Comics Dad.
I'm 100%.
And I'm making him do it.
No, I am putting a full stop on that. I did not agree to that.
You're doing it.
I did not agree to that.
You're doing it. And we're doing it
agree to that.
on YouTube.
I would rather. No. Nobody wants to see all this get in an ice bucket. There's too much. There's too much Comics Dad to go around.
Didn't like that one bit.
What did John say? I put out my poll once. Cops didn't like that one bit. God. Deborah Perkins says I'm late. I'm late to a very important date. Deborah Perkins, you are not late, lady. You are not late at all. Hail, Deborah Perkins. Thank you for hopping in tonight, lady. We appreciate you being here. Deborah Perkins says I'm calling everyone I know. Let's go, Comics Dad. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you.
And Deborah, if you missed what I said, if we get to 50 subscribers on YouTube for me by the end of this month, we're doing an ice challenge on Comics Dad.
It's like that Tracy Morgan gift from that movie with Bruce Willis he was in.
Oh, we're doing it. Yep. I will duct tape you to the fucking chair.
No, I refuse. No, I refuse. No, hell no. No.
You're doing it.
No.
You're doing it.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Anyway, let's move on.
Me.
I'll watch because I'll watch from the comfort of the couch because you ain't moving my fat ass.
Watch me.
Arafate said we don't want to see you get an ice bucket. Well, we did see Beer Belly Spider-Man, and I know you know what I'm talking about. Yes, Arafate, I know. I know. And maybe if someone woke up early enough, the beer belly would start shrinking. But somebody doesn't want to wake up early enough and start exercising with me like she promised she would. Arafate said, hello, you fellow humans. I'll be in for only a bit. Hail, Arafate. Thank you for stopping by. Let's see. What do we want to go to now?
HRH? Her Royal Highness has made a ruling. Damn right.
Where do you see that?
Up there.
Oh. Deborah Perkins, hi, my Queen Comics wife. Her Royal Highness has made a ruling. If it was over on her channel, yeah. This is the Comics Dad channel. The peasants are in charge.
And then she...
So excited. Maybe the Duchesses should be there with our queen.
We have 3 Duchesses. We have the Duchess of Texas, the Duchess of Canada, and the Duchess of Tennessee.
Oh, Panda Simone, Deborah Perkins, Shelfront. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, if you all decide to fly out to Pennsylvania, we ain't footing that bill. I'm just saying. Anyway, let's go with, I don't know, what do you want to talk about now?
I don't know.
We got a couple different things. We got some Disney cruise line and park stuff. We got some gaming stuff. We got
it's your channel. You pick.
No, this is our show. Pick one.
It's your channel.
Pick
it
one.
Says Comics Dad.
Pick one.
I don't know. Even my boy.
Oh my Christ.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Now, what is that gonna do? What is rock, paper, scissors gonna do?
I don't know. We could pick one of the two and go rock, paper, scissors, then, you know.
That would only work if there were 2 options.
We'll make 2 options
Oh my god. Okay, we're just gonna... We're gonna go into some gaming news.
I don't know about this shit.
That's fine. Well, you've been watching me play it.
No, I haven't.
But, yes... Wow, you haven't been?
I haven't been watching it, no.
Well, for anybody on the channel who actually does care enough to watch the gaming streams, as you guys know, I've been playing this game right here in this article from That Park Place. The new RPG, turn-based RPG, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, becomes a breakout hit as sales hit over 1 million copies in its first 3 days. Claire Obscure released on, I believe, Thursday of last week. So,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I think it was actually Friday last week. Yeah. So Claire Obscure, 3 days. It's an independently developed game from Landfall Studios. Small team of just 33 people. And the article here, written by M. Montanaro over at That Park Place. In a gaming landscape dominated by franchise reboots and remakes, it's rare to see a brand new intellectual property not only survive, but thrive. Yet that's exactly what Sandfall Interactive has achieved with sales for Claire Obscure Expedition 33 just 3 days after launch. The game has already sold over 1 million copies, a feat made even more impressive considering its competition and the size of its development team. And something made Queen Comics Life laugh, probably this. Rock, paper, scissors.
No, that made me laugh.
What, this?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a proud rooster standing tall. A proud foghorn leghorn you are, John Antler. But yeah, but you guys, like I said, for you Comics Crew faithful, you know I've been playing this over the weekend on the channel, or this past weekend on the channel. The studio, comprised largely of former Ubisoft developers, shared the exciting news directly with fans on social media. In a celebratory post on X, Sandfall Interactive wrote, "And here we are, 3 days after launch, 1 million copies sold. Thank you for believing in Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Now, later, the team clarified the numbers in a follow-up message explaining this number includes units shipped to retailers and does not encompass our awesome Game Pass players. Thank you all. The sales success of Expedition 33 comes despite launching shortly after the surprise shadow drop of Oblivion Remastered, a highly anticipated release that many feared would overshadow any competitors. However, Expedition 33 not only held its own, it flourished, winning critical acclaim, player loyalty, and even breaking into the top of both Metacritic and OpenCritic's charts for 2025. As stellar review scores continued to pour in, Sandfall expressed their gratitude to the community, stating, quote, "Words can't fully express how we feel at the end of this week. Tomorrow comes. Thanks to you." This humble response stands in stark contrast of the often boastful or defensive reactions seen from larger studios when launching major titles. Sandfall's Interactive's approach, gracious, appreciative, and sincere, has only endeared them further to fans. A game that bucked the trend. Well, before we go to the next part of the article, so a lot of what is talked about in that kind of hints at specifically Ubisoft, which is the company, the developer that a lot of the team that created this game used to work for. Ubisoft created Assassin's Creed, African American or African Shadows, with the African not samurai Yasuke. And it's supposed to be a AAA title. For those of you who don't know, AAA titles are supposed to be cream of the crop video games. They're supposed to be the premier video games that everybody wants to get their hands on. And it was a big steaming hot pile of shit, full of nonsense, woke nonsense. And the game's Assassin's Creed is not necessarily known for its historical accuracy, but it's at least, they typically are historically accurate to an extent. Assassin's Creed Shadows did not do that. Assassin's Creed Shadows, the team at Ubisoft also touted how many people were supposedly playing it, and that was including on Game Pass, which Game Pass does not contribute to sales numbers. So the fact that the team over at Sandfall Interactive actually boasted and posted about the actual sales numbers of Clair Obscur just is kind of a big middle finger to Ubisoft, and I'm here for it because fuck Ubisoft. Ubisoft is a piece of trash company. Yeah, I mean, it just continues to kind of talk about Ubisoft and stuff like that. Here we go. The power of creative freedom. Part of Sandfall's sales success with Expedition 33 likely stems from their commitment to creative freedom. Unlike sprawling mega studios where thousands of employees must align with a rigid corporate vision, Sandfall's relatively small team, which is actually, I believe, consistent of 33 people, was able to focus on a singular artistic goal. The result is a game that feels cohesive, heartfelt, and genuinely innovative. A bright future for Sandfall Interactive. With its combination of critical acclaim, strong sales, and overwhelmingly positive player reception, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 has established Sandfall Interactive as a studio to watch. Whether the team chooses to expand the world of Clair Obscur, which I hope they do, it's a phenomenal game, or tackle another original project, expectations will undoubtedly be sky high. Though for now, Sandfall Interactive deserves every bit of celebration. In an industry often criticized for playing it safe, Expedition 33 and its sales success proves that bold new ideas executed with passion and respect for players can still capture the imagination of the gaming world. And based on the gratitude and humility they've shown so far, it's safe to say that this is just the beginning of their story. Queen Comix wife.
Uh-huh. What?
Alright, whatever. We'll move on to the next topic. Queen Comix wife doesn't care. I love playing this game.
I'm glad you do.
I love playing Clair Obscur.
I'm
It's
glad you
for
do.
anybody who's caught the gaming streams. It's absolutely beautiful. The soundtrack is phenomenal. The gameplay is really fun. It's a fresh new take on turn-based combat with some real-time action RPG elements. For anybody who's watching that is a gamer, go ahead and pick it up. Thank me later. The lovely Sherry's in the chat says hello. Hello, the lovely Sherry. Welcome to the Comics Dad channel. Hope you're doing well tonight, and thank you so much for joining us. And as you were here hanging out, if you enjoyed the stream, we encourage you and everybody else who's watching to please hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel if you're having a good time.
Are you on Rumble right now? No, you're not. Okay.
No. Remember, I said earlier,
right.
there was an issue with the... Yeah.
I drew blankies.
I know you did, but it's okay. I still love you.
I know, everybody does.
But...
Well, debatable.
Anyway, do you have anything you'd like to say? You've been watching me play that game. Well, you didn't really watch, did you?
No.
So supportive, everybody.
He don't watch me play Dreamlight Valley. So
Actually, I do. I sit there and ask you questions.
Don't.
I sit there and ask you questions.
Okay, when?
When you're trying to unlock. When you're trying to unlock. When I'm in here and you're playing it, I ask you questions about the characters you're trying to unlock.
You are so full of caca. It's not funny.
Stop lying.
You lying.
Stop lying. It's unbecoming of you.
Why are you lying like
Stop
that?
Stop lying. It's unbecoming of you.
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm lying.
You're lying. John Ambler said, "Comics Dad, check your Ko-Fi."
You're gonna scare these people away the way you be.
Holy
stupid.
shit! Hold on. So. Oh wait, I went to the wrong one.
Dummy.
Oh, stop it. And of course, I gotta log into it.
You're not prepared.
I didn't think it would log me out. John Ambler. Fuck you, sir. So generous. John Ambler with a $100 donation through Ko-Fi.
I get half of that, right?
Comics Dad channel.
John, you follow me all the time, and you gave me $25? Me and you gonna have a tour.
I'm joking. But John Ambler with $100 on Ko-Fi says, "Love you guys." John, we love you too. Yes, stop acting like a child. But yes, John, thank you so much, sir.
We love you more,
We love you, John. This is for you.
I want one of those. How do you make one of those?
I will make one for you for your channel. Can we have the show, please?
I know, but I want the one I want a boogie one.
Can we please do the show?
Oh, can I get Staying Alive?
Can we please do the show?
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Good night, Donna. Have a wonderful evening.
I'm trying to...
Hopefully you have warm weather where you are, because we're going to have rain all weekend.
Time for me to head out. Good night, everybody. Good night, Donna Hall. Thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate you, and I will see you over on the Welcome to the Rebellion chat tomorrow morning, Donna. You have yourself a good one. But yeah, John, thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it, as always.
I can't keep up.
What?
I can't keep up.
What do you mean you can't keep up?
I'm watching over here, and I'm supposed to watch over here.
No, just watch over here. That's fine.
Gotcha. Okay, I got you.
She's trying to watch the chat both in what you guys can see on the screen, but also where we're able to see it off the screen as well.
Yeah, so it comes in faster.
She's trying to watch both.
Yeah, my ADHD's bad tonight. Hold on. Hold on.
Deborah Perkins said, "Just in case you're wondering, how can I support Comics Dad? This is how." And then she dropped the links. Thank you, Deborah, for dropping the links. But yeah, just real quick, back to MASH. Expedition 33 proved that turn-based RPGs are still needed in the gaming world. Abso-friggin-lutely, MASH. I love turn-based RPGs. The Persona franchise, Final Fantasy, before they did the remakes, which, I mean, I didn't play Rebirth, but the first one, the Final Fantasy VII Remake, that is partially turn-based, partially action RPG. So, yeah, definitely turn-based RPGs still have a place in the gaming world, and we need them. Absolutely.
You're going too fast.
And hail MASH. John Ambler says, quote, "I can't keep up."
I can't tonight. John, listen. John, listen. I literally have been on a computer screen for the last 12 hours. So no lie, I can't keep up with it because he's going too fast and my eyes are all messed up.
You look over here.
No, because then I can't read all the new stuff because the new stuff over here. And
No, the new stuff pops up here too.
But it goes slower.
Oh.
It does.
I don't know what I'm doing with you. Anyway, let's pop over to
what?
our next thing.
For what?
So, again, more from that park place. Disney to begin closing the Muppets Courtyard at Hollywood Studios, ending a vital piece of Jim Henson's legacy.
It goes slow. Really, John?
It
Stop
goes
making
slower.
fun of me.
It goes slower. But
Hold on.
what do you mean? Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm not going to keep stopping because you're just as illiterate as I am.
My ADHD is really bad tonight.
Oh, then watch over here.
Okay, fine.
But yeah. So for those of you who have ever been to Hollywood Studios at
I have.
Disney World in Orlando,
I worked there.
there is a section there. Yes, we know you worked there, Queen Comics wife. But there is a section there that is there used to be a whole section for the Muppets, and then over time it got smaller and smaller. I mean, it was never a huge part of Hollywood Studios, but it was a decent size. But as time went on, they made it smaller and smaller, and now it's just like kind of a very small corner of Hollywood Studios.
Well, honestly, there wasn't really okay. So when I worked there like 12 years ago, I'm not gonna lie, it was bigger, but they didn't really have a lot. They had the show, the Muppet Show,
Vision. Yeah,
and then they had the restaurant,
the Rizzo's Pizzeria or whatever.
And then a few statues, and there wasn't really much there. Me personally, I don't know why they took over Muppets because they weren't that great.
John Ambler said, "I blame the alcohol, but seriously, love you guys. I needed this after today, so wanted to show some love." John, thank you so much, man.
John, we love you. We love you no matter what, brother. You are a great friend, and we will always be here for you. We love you to death. Thank you for everything. Thanks for all the support and love. We don't need your money. We love you just for who you are. Remember
Absolutely,
that.
John.
Remember
Hail John
that.
Ambler. Hail.
To John Ambler.
To John Ambler. And also to Rambler-Matic 2000 on Rumble.
Straight Jacket John.
But so anyway, the article reads, "It's the end of an era and the beginning of another painful renovation at Disney's Hollywood Studios as the Muppets Courtyard begins closing. Starting May 11th, which is 10 days, Disney will officially begin phased closing of the Muppets Courtyard, marking the slow dismantling of one of the last places in the parks that honored Jim Henson's legacy. Jim Henson is the creator of the Muppets.
Yep.
Especially for anybody who was old enough to have watched any of the Muppet shows, Jim Henson was an absolute legend. The first step will see Mama Melrose's Ristorante Italiano serving its final meals. I believe so. Serving its final meals on May 10th, after which it will permanently shutter. Other offerings, including the beloved Muppet Vision 3D attraction, the final project Jim Henson worked on before he passed away, tragically in the early 90s, will remain open for a few more weeks. But make no mistake, the clock is ticking.
Wait, are they getting that Miss Piggy statue? I want that statue.
Yes, they're getting rid of...
I want it for the garden.
Yes, they're getting rid of literally the entire...
We should find out if they're auctioning that.
They're getting rid of the entire Muppet area. And no, they're not going to auction it. They're going to get rid of it.
If they auction it, I want to get that. I want it for the garden.
Yeah,
That'd be the coolest garden piece. Come on.
No. According to Disney, construction walls will go up June 8th, permanently closing the entire Muppets Courtyard section, erasing Muppet Vision 3D from the park's lineup. In its place, Disney will build a new Monsters, Inc. themed land centered around the company's first ever suspended roller coaster. The ride will take guests soaring through the iconic door vault scene from Monsters, Inc., fulfilling what Disney describes as a long-held dream of recreating that cinematic moment. Now, that is a cool idea. I really do like that. Monsters, Inc. is a great property, but we're talking about the Muppets.
See, here's the thing.
They're destroying
Monsters,
the last little bit of the Muppets.
Isn't as popular as it used to be. So me personally...
Monsters, Inc. is, 24 years old this year?
But what I'm saying is, though, like, a lot of kids don't care about Monsters, Inc. anymore. Like, if you focus more on, things that they like now, it's different. They're focusing all this stuff, which is, like, our time frame. But what I'm saying is, Monster Inc. wasn't even a good movie. I didn't even care about Monsters, Inc. Like, keep the Muppets. The Muppets we grew on. The Muppets was our thing. Like, come on. Who do you call me all the time?
Butters.
Not just fucking Butters.
Butters is not a Muppet.
No, you know what I'm talking about, though.
No, I really don't.
What is the one thing I say that you reminds you of the Muppet all the
Oh
time?
yeah, the Swedish Chef. Yes, how you pronounce where we used to live? She sounds like the Swedish Chef. John Hamler. Butters? Yeah, Butters. Everyone knows it's Butters. That's me. But I mean, yes, it's the fact that they're getting rid of Muppet Vision and the last little bit of the Muppets.
Perkins, show me $100 bill. How much you love me? She's telling John, give me $100 to show you love me.
Yeah, I see that. But yeah, it's sad to see the Muppets go, and I don't think they should touch the Muppets.
No.
Or at least they should keep Muppet Vision, if nothing else.
Well, the restaurant there was really good. That's what I want to say. Like,
it was just their shitty Disney pizza.
No, actually, it wasn't. It was privately owned that worked with them to do that.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. I worked there. I know it used to be privately owned. Unless they changed it, because it used to be by a third party that brought the
Disney
pizza
owns
stuff in.
Practically everything in the parks unless it's a name brand.
I'm telling you though, they had a third party bring in their own pizza shit, so they might have changed it, but it used to be decent food.
I don't know, but anyway, but the Monsters Inc. Attractions and area, I think it'll be cool. You're a little bit older than me, so you didn't care about Monsters Inc. when it came out. Monsters Inc. came around. I was pretty much kind of the target audience when Monsters Inc. came out.
They should do like a Dumbo theme.
Nobody cares about Dumbo.
I'll smack you.
Nobody cares about Dumbo.
Tell my favorite character is. Tell him.
It's Dumbo. Nobody cares about Dumbo.
Damn right.
Literally nobody cares about Dumbo.
No one cares about you either, but we gotta.
Nobody does care about me except for John Ambler.
No, he just bought your love. That's what he did. He bought your love.
No, he didn't. But
you hoe.
Oh, shut up. Anyway, the
not Gumbo, Dumbo.
And this is just I'm moving on. I'm moving on from you. We have things to cover. But this is just another sign of Disney's new priorities. The closing of the Muppets Courtyard is just the latest in a broader pattern of Disney's decision-making, phasing out unique, heartfelt attractions in favor of fast-paced IP integration and thrill rides. Yeah, I mean, it's adding a suspended roller coaster to Hollywood Studios. I mean, there's Hollywood.
What exactly is that?
It's like one of the ones that kind of like hangs from the track is on the top instead of on the bottom, and it's one of those ones where the cart is where the roller coaster cart, whatever you want to call it, is attached to the track on top, and then your feet are dangling.
So like Superman from Six Flags.
Well, and it's sort of, yeah. But your feet are dangling down, but it's supposed to kind of simulate that you're like riding on. Remember the door scene in Monsters Inc. when they grab onto the door?
Yes.
And it's supposed to try to be
that. Okay.
It's supposed to kind of be emulating that. Yeah. So it sounds cool in theory, but there's enough thrill-based stuff in Hollywood studios that Disney has been moving away from families for the longest time. And it actually covers it here. This isn't the first time Disney has abandoned its own legacy. We've already seen the gutting of Epcot's original vision, the replacement of Splash Mountain with a politically motivated retheme, and the slow sidelining of classic characters and experiences in favor of movie tie-ins. The Muppets, long neglected, are just the latest victims.
But see, here's the thing, okay? I love Splash Mountain. I always have. It was a great ride. My thing is, I understand that you want to update older rides. I understand that to a point. But they put that Tiana bullshit in, and my thing is, it looks fake.
Yeah.
Her robot looks creepy as hell. And a lot of people are complaining about it.
And just like everything else at the Disney parks, that ride is always breaking down. Just like everything else.
But you know what was a good ride? Remember we were at Disney and we went to Norway and that Frozen ride? That was cute with Marshmallow at the end blowing.
It was just a water ride. It was a calm water ride.
But it was cute. You know, like that was nice.
It was like It's a Small World, but frozen.
I know, but what I'm saying is, it looked better than what Tiana's ride looks like shit. I'm sorry, it looks horrible. I'm so disappointed
a lot of the stuff when we were down there in 2023. Honestly, a lot of the rides there that weren't there when I was there back when I was a teenager or younger, like the rides that they put in over the last 10 plus years, they don't wow me for the most part.
Well,
one or two did, but for the most part, none of them really. Most of them don't really wow me. Error of Fate says you went to Norway. No. We went to the Norway Pavilion in Epcot. We did not go to Norway. Would have liked to. But just continues a betrayal of Henson's trust. When Jim Henson began discussions with Disney about bringing the Muppets into the parks, it was because he trusted Disney to be proper stewards of his beloved characters. He believed that Disney would protect the Muppets' unique spirit, not bury it under construction walls and new roller coasters. With the closure of Muppet Vision 3D, Disney is not just retiring an old attraction, they are closing the last window into Henson's mind and heart. They are silencing the last echo of a man whose work celebrated love, laughter, and unfiltered imagination. Absolutely. Jim Henson was taken from the world way too soon. I honestly think if he had lived another 10 or 20 years, our entertainment industry, at least for family entertainment, would not have eroded as badly as it did. I mean, it still would have eventually maybe gotten to the point that it got to over these last few years, but it would have been a slower, or it would have been held off a little longer. A final chance to say goodbye. If you want to experience Muppet Vision 3D one last time, you have until June 7th. After that, the doors will close forever. No more Sam Eagle struggling to deliver a glorious 3-hour finale. No more Statler and Waldorf heckling from the balcony. No more heartfelt reminder of what Disney and creativity itself used to stand for. Once the construction walls go up, a piece of history will be sealed behind them, lost to future generations who will never know the magic of walking into a theater and laughing with Kermit the Frog exactly the way Jim Henson intended. Queen Comics Life. Thoughts?
I don't like Disney.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll just be honest. Disney has went downhill since I was working there. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so disappointed in that damn company. Because here's my thing. Okay, I'm be truthful, everybody. I used to love Disney for one reason. Walt Disney was a decent human being. That man built that company from the ground up. His first day opening in California, he made the first 100 people free admission, and he also gave each person a unlimited ticket for a lifetime to come in to Disney land. Now, that being said,
was he a perfect man?
No,
not
he
by
was
any
not.
means.
Was he racist? Yes.
Probably.
He was. No, he was. He was racist.
He was a product of a different era.
It was a different era, though.
Which was a flawed era. But
exactly.
We are all flawed as human beings.
But here's the thing. The one thing Walt had always said was he made that park for families' dreams to come true. For kids and adults, not just kids, but adults, to have that childhood fantasy that they never got as kids.
Wow. Deborah with the disrespect. Wow, I always thought Jim Henson was gay. Nope, married with 5 kids. My radar was way off.
Wow.
Deborah.
But no, so for me, it's disappointing because Disney has basically took his reputation and just dug their feet into the ground with him. They didn't care about what he left behind. When he died before Disney World was going to be built. But when he made the plans for it, he wanted it the way he wanted it because he wanted everyone to experience a different world every time they went into a new part of the Disney World area. Now, my favorite line from Walt Disney will always be, it all started with a mouse. Because he always said, if it wasn't for making Mickey, he would have never been able to have what he had. Now, Oswald was first. Oswald was his first character that he lost to somebody else. So he made Mickey in replace of it / Steamboat Willie. Oswald was just released back out to the public. Now Disney has him in the parks again. I love Oswald. I'm an old ass person. I don't give a shit. I think he's awesome. Steamboat Willie's one of my other favorite characters. But honestly, I'm disappointed in Disney because his legacy is destroyed. If he was alive today, he would have another fucking heart attack and die.
John Abler says Disney sucks, though might actually watch the new Tron movie when it comes out.
I don't like Tron.
It does look like it could be cool, but I mean that's kind of been Disney's MO over these last 5-10 years. 80% or more of the stuff they put out, especially movie wise, is garbage, is trash. Nobody likes it. It seems like that they are maybe hopefully starting to right the ship with Tron, as people are excited for that, very cautiously excited for that. The live action Lilo and Stitch, we have not seen anything that would tell me anything anything about maybe being weary of it. It looks like just so far what we've seen, almost a shot for shot remake for the most part, which is kind of what they need to do if they're going to keep doing these live action movies.
Yeah.
But actually, I think it was announced last week that they're stopping doing the live action movies. I think Lilo and Stitch is going to be the last live action remake that they are doing for some time, and a lot of that is because of how poorly Snow White bombed in the box office. Yeah, it was bad. But let's see. All right, so do you want to go to some more gaming news? You want to do some more Disney-related news, or do you want to move over to our other topic? You didn't hear the options, did you?
I did. What kind of gaming news? Because we don't play the same game.
It's not about games. It's not about specific games, but the Microsoft price hikes.
If you want to do that, that's fine. Go ahead.
All right, cool. So we're gonna go back to some gaming. For those of you who game, specifically people who are fans of Microsoft or Xbox, which are very few and far between nowadays. Gaming and software company Microsoft is getting even greedier. From that part place, Microsoft joins the Nintendo price hike party as Xbox games surge towards $80 standard. If Nintendo lit the price hike match, Microsoft and Xbox just tossed gasoline on the fire. Following the controversial pricing rollout of the Nintendo Switch 2, including $500 hardware and $400 and $80 games, Microsoft has now confirmed a major price hike across nearly every facet of its Xbox brand. That includes consoles, accessories, and by the holiday season, first-party games. So for anybody who doesn't know, first-party games are games that are developed by studios and companies that are directly owned by Microsoft. So that is what first-party games are. So basically any games Microsoft is producing, those are going to be $80 by the holiday season. It's such a shame because there's the Master Chief, the Halo franchise that Microsoft gave us 20 some odd years ago. But as of May 1st, the cost of Xbox Series consoles and accessories has officially increased, with the Xbox Series X now retailing at $600, up from $500. Even the more budget-friendly Series S, which is a smaller, slightly less powerful console with no place to have a physical disc put into it, that's also getting a bump in the price, rising from $300 to $380 for the 512 gigabyte model. The Series X Digital Edition, which is launching at $550, while a special edition 2 terabyte version of that console is going to be selling at $730. And it's not any kind of spec increase or anything. Literally, it's just a larger storage space. That's it. The changes don't stop at consoles. Controllers, headsets, and other hardware are getting price adjustments globally. Colored variants of the controllers at $70, and special editions are climbing to $90. Even the Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2 has gone from $140 to $150, while the full kit now sells for a steep $200. Headset prices are going up as well, but only in the US and in Canada. As for games, Microsoft says the current pricing will remain for now, but by the end of 2025, the company expects new first-party games to be launching at $80, pushing the industry ever closer to the $80 standard, once feared but now seemingly inevitable. Microsoft made a statement to IGN. IGN's a bunch of assholes and retards. I don't listen to IGN. But they said, "We understand that these changes are challenging, and they were made with careful consideration given market conditions and the rising cost of development. Looking ahead, we continue to focus on offering more ways to play more games across on any screen and ensuring value for Xbox players." That's a bunch of bullshit. It's corporate greed, and that's all there is to it. And there's people out there that are saying, "Oh, well, Trump's tariffs are causing the price hikes. They're increasing the price. They're going to be increasing the price of first-party games, not just on physical games, but on digital games as well, to $80. You can't sit there and tell me that it's the fucking tariffs. Because Nintendo started this shit too. Nintendo started, and Microsoft said, fuck it, we're going to get in on it as well. So, it's the people that just blame the Trump administration, oh, tariffs. No, fuck that. Bunch of hive mind fucking morons is what they are.
Which means Xbox will go up in price probably too.
That's what we're talking about.
I'm just saying that they're gonna probably go double the price.
I literally just went through the breakdown of that.
How much is the Xbox One now?
I'll get to that. But yeah, and this is just kind of going on more, talking about the price increases and all that.
Sony, shit.
Oh, Sony, you mean?
Sorry, I meant Sony.
Okay, so far, and this, yes, a lot of people are saying Sony and PlayStation are going to be the next to fall in line. Sony has not announced anything about price increases or anything yet. Unfortunately, it's looking like they probably will if they decide to fall in line. Well, but if they if they produce their stuff, if they stop producing, because here's the thing: if all these companies stop producing their shit in China, no problem.
Sony is in
Done.
freaking Asia.
China.
I thought Sony was Japan.
Yeah.
That's not China.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
But just because they're a Japanese-based company does not mean that they don't have things made in China. Because China, the cost of making shit in China is extremely cheap because they don't pay their employees. They don't pay their workers. It's practically slave wages.
I'll just play my retro video game thing. I'll be happy.
Well, but yeah, it's the implication is that eventually the whole gaming sphere is going to get there. But let's go through some of the comments here. John Ambler, Xbox sucks ass. Just get a PC. Mash said, I wonder if they're doing this to push people to Game Pass. Mash, absolutely that is part of what they're doing as well. Xbox has been trying to push Game Pass. They want to make cloud gaming the new standard for gaming. They are 100% trying to push. We are not allowed to own anything. And that is what they are doing. It is this globalist mindset. You will own nothing and you will like it. The globalist, socialist, communist mindset. And that is what these assholes in fucking Nintendo and Microsoft and Sony and in the gaming industry are all doing. We will own nothing. And that's all there is to it. We are going to pay for subscription services for the rest of our lives and not own a single piece of physical media ever again. That is what they are all pushing towards. Era Fate said, so I guess I'm switching back to the Xbox 360. Yeah, pretty much. John, Steam for the win. Yeah, well, John, it's funny you say that. And Risk It. Risk It for a Biscuit is here. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Hail Comics Crew, PC Master Race. So, John and Risk It, it's funny that you two mentioned Steam and PC Master Race. Tomorrow, my final piece of my PC build is coming in. I picked up the graphics card today from somebody off Facebook, and the case is coming in tomorrow. Can you stop? We're going to get you one built eventually.
No, we're not.
You don't play as many games as I do.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Stop lying. You are lying. Stop lying. But the case is coming in tomorrow, so we will eat a beef stick. I don't care.
I'm eating all your beef sticks.
No, you're not. The kids are going to be mad at you.
I don't give a damn.
The kids want beef sticks too. But the case is coming in tomorrow, so probably by the end of next week, I'm hoping the PC will be built. So, John, Risk It. We'll be able to play some games on PC, brother.
You keep me honest, though. That's nice.
Once we get you a PC, you will be included.
10 years later.
Whatever. John Ambler says, IGN, ignorant goober nut jobs. Absolutely. Mash said, development costs are too high. Too many people working on a single game, and it ain't even a complete game. Mash, when we were talking about Expedition 33, thank you for saying that. That is something that I forgot to mention while we were talking about Expedition 33. 33-person studio put out a masterpiece of a game, selling it for $50. $50! And it is a complete game. 33 people, not 20,000 people like fucking Ubisoft has, and selling a game for $70, that's a half-polished turd. So, Mash, thank you for making that point. Let's Let's see. Deborah Perkins says, "Hey, Chad, I see 21 likes. Way to go. Yes, thank you so much for everybody watching and liking the stream. I guess before we continue, here, let me go to this. There we go. Before we continue, everybody who is hanging out watching, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you're having a good time tonight, please hit like. Also, Deborah or John, if you could drop the links for Queen Comix Wife as well. Queen Comix Wife has her own channel on YouTube. If you could please go over and subscribe to her as well. She streams a couple of times a week, just having a good time talking to the people in the chat. Oh, go ahead.
Just to let everybody know, on Tuesday, we have our first guest on Tuesday on my channel. We have Tiny Panda Face joining us on Tuesday.
Tiny Panda Face is a tiny little panda-faced ball of energy.
Hey.
She is a panda-faced ball of... That's why her name is Tiny Panda Face.
She's not panda face. Because she's Asian. You can't say that.
It's her fucking YouTube name.
You can't say that. That's racist.
She made the name.
She's adorable.
She is a tiny little ball of panda energy.
It's
so her and this one together,
awesome.
It's going to be so much energy that my brain may explode. But be there on Tuesday on the Queen Comix Wife channel. But anyway.
8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Anyway. Yeah. Everybody, though, thank you so much for hanging out and watching tonight. Be sure to share the channel with other people. Share it with your friends, your family. We're trying to grow the channel. I'm trying to hit 300 subscribers here on the channel by the end of the month of May. We were at 200 at the end of March. So the fact that we have gone up by 70 plus subscribers in a month is wild, and I appreciate everybody for all their support and everybody who's been enjoying the channel. Also, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you go check out the comics read-along videos when you have some time. We do gaming streams here, and when we hit 300 subscribers, I will be adding a new piece of content to the channel that you guys, the community, will be voting on.
And when we hit 40 subs...
No.
We're doing an ice challenge on Comics Day.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not.
We are. We're going to put an ice bucket right on top of them.
You say that, but no. Risk It for a Biscuit said, I just finished watching A New Hope with the G&G gang on Locals. Oh, yeah. Last weekend was the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. So, and also this coming Sunday is May the 4th. So that's actually not a bad, that's actually really cool. That's not a bad idea that they did that going into the weekend. Mac, 789. Yo, Comics Dad. Yo, Mac. What's going on? Good to see you here again. T. Davidson, Comics Dad, Queen Comix Wife. What's going on, T. Davidson? Hello from my brother from down under, T. Davidson. Mac, first time seeing the face reveal, bro. Looking good, dude. Oh, yeah, that's right. Mac usually hangs out for the gaming streams, and I don't, up to this point, I haven't been putting on the camera for the gaming stream, so. Yeah, Mac, nah, man, I'm a husky whale of a peasant, so it's all good.
You're not a whale. You're a walrus.
John Ambler, dropped the Queen Comix Wife channel. Deborah Perkins, Mr. Worldwide to Infinity, you know, the roof of fire, we go and boogie, oogie, oogie,
I don't get that.
jiggle, wiggle, and dance like the roof on fire, we gonna...
Drink Fireball.
Drink drinks and take shots until we out Fireball.
I don't get what that is.
It sounds like a song.
Okay. Justin Breeze. That's right. Thank you, Deborah.
No.
Thank you, Deborah.
Risk It says real Star Wars Day is May 25th. May 25th when A New Hope actually was in theaters in 1977? T. David said, I'm always late to streams. Now with the change of daylight savings. Cheers to all that. Cheers to all the chat friends.
Cheers.
Cheers, T. Davidson.
Hope Australia's nice down there right now.
Cheers, T. Davidson. Arafate, you have to please Queen Comix Dad. You must go in the ice water. It must be done. No!
Yes! On video.
Nah, dude, you generally a good looking. Don't get down on yourself like that.
Hey, hold up. Mine.
Mac, I don't swing that way.
Mine. This is all mine.
I don't
all this. Well, except this. I want him to grow his beard back because I hate the goatee.
I don't swing that way.
I love a full beard.
Deborah Perkins says, John is drinking Fireball. That is a song by Pitbull.
I should have known that.
Risk It. Yeah, May 25th was the New Hope release.
I should have known that.
That's what I thought, Risk It. Mac goes, I ain't like that.
Neither am I.
Neither am I. But yeah, let me go back over to this just to I'm gonna
Holy
yeah,
cannoli!
yeah, I have the breakdown here of the price
You
increases.
gotta be kidding me. That's
Yep,
insane.
these are the price increases for Xbox and Microsoft moving forward. Xbox Series S 512 gigabytes, 380 from 300. Xbox Series S 1 terabyte, 430 from 350.
Wait,
Xbox Series S X digital, 550 from 450. Xbox Series X 600 from 500. The new Xbox Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Special Edition,
$800.
720 of $29.99,
No.
up from $600.
And guess what? They can keep it. It's yours. Take it back.
So,
I don't want it.
but the standard Xbox Series X and S wireless controllers are staying at their price points of $65 and $70. So is the Xbox Wireless Special Edition controller staying at $80. But the limited edition wireless controller is going up from 80 to 90. And then the like super high end nonsense BS controllers are going up from 140 to 150 and from 180 to 200. The stereo headset is staying at 65, and the wireless headset is going up to 120 from 110. And then also, mind you, holiday season, all first party games from studios owned directly by Microsoft will be $80 at the holiday season.
See, this is where I have a problem with this, okay? And I'm being completely honest. From someone who used to be
Shelf Frogs! Hello, Comics family in chat. Hi, Shelf Frogs! Sorry, you were saying. I had to say hi to Shelf Frogs. Go ahead.
Don't worry about it.
No, go ahead.
Now I always get cut off.
Go ahead. Now you know how I feel. Go ahead.
I will go hide your body in the backyard. Nobody will ever see it again.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Anyway, as a mom who used to be single before I met this one, my son, who's 18 now, loves video games. My thing is, there were so many parents who are single parents. I understand people have their own opinions about, saying, oh, well, if you can't afford it, then just go back to the old system or whatever. But at the same time, if you don't have kids, you don't understand, when they really want something, you're going to do it for them. Regardless if you have the money or not, you're going to work your tail off to get them things.
So long as they're not a complete and total little asshole that you're
Well,
raising.
that's different, yes. But my thing is, everybody should have a chance to buy these systems. It's not right to say, oh, because if you can't afford it, then just use the old systems. Screw you, basically. Because somebody has quoted that, which I find offensive, because as a single parent before, that's not okay to say that because you think it's okay. My thing is, there are parents who would do this for their kids, and when you're hiking up these prices, these other parents that are single parents are paying their own rent, their own gas, to back and forth to work, their car insurance, cell phone bills, lights, water bills, all these things. And my thing is, it's not okay to be charging all this, and parents are already struggling as it is. It's not fair. Like me and him, we have a great life. God has provided us very well. We have a good life. We're very lucky. And our kids have everything they want. But some parents are not that lucky. And I can't imagine being that way and not be able to provide that kind of stuff. If your kid wants something, you can't get it because they hike up the prices that much. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. That's how I look at it, because as a parent, it's stupid. It really is.
I was just bagging it.
Oh no, you're right, Ritz. They're greedy. You're right. They're greedy, and it's disgusting.
Nope.
It's very disgusting.
Well, and there are people out there. There's the complete delusional morons that are going, "Oh, this is Trump's tariffs' fault." But no, that's a bunch of crap because they wouldn't be doing it globally.
Error, you are completely right in that statement. The richer get richer, and the poorer get poorer. You are completely right.
Yeah, but no, it's mostly Microsoft's fault. It's corporate greed. But also, I blame Nintendo as well. Because Nintendo started this when they announced the price of the Switch 2 and announced that Mario Kart World and a couple other titles would be launching at $80. Maybe even $90, potentially. Not just for physical, for digital games that you don't even physically own. So, Nintendo is a big part to blame. But honestly, though, the industry, the big three, Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, they were all just kind of sitting around playing a game of chicken. It was just a matter of waiting to see who folded first and decided to raise their prices. And it was Nintendo. And now Microsoft is following trend. So it's corporate greed by all these companies. That's all there is to it. But yeah, anyway.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like my kids, like I don't let them play certain games because I'm trying to raise our children in a Christian home where I don't want violence and everything. I mean, he plays that stuff. I don't play that
But
stuff.
I'm an adult.
He's an adult though. He can do what he wants. I play like Dreamlight Valley, Power World. I play more like kiddier. I'm not gonna lie, I do. I won't lie to anybody's face. I really do. But my kids don't play all that violent stuff. And the other thing is, my daughter plays Minecraft, but I am very like I keep an eye on it because like there's some things I don't want her doing in Minecraft. Because she likes to build. With her autism, she loves to build things, which is awesome. You know, I'm glad that she embraced that. But I just don't want my kids to be, you know, in that I guess same vocabulary, the same what do you call it? Same group as kids that like violence and Call of Duty
no, it's okay. You're now starting to talk like you're starting to talk like the satanic panic parents of the 70s and 80s and the early video game anti-video game parents.
No. I am
video
saying
games,
that because
video games do not cause children to be violent.
I'm not saying that.
Is it something that maybe they should be consuming? Possibly not, but it's not making them violent.
What I am saying, there are video games that aren't meant for 9-year-olds to play. They should be older. Some of these parents are letting their kids play these games at like 8 and 9 years old, and they're cursing and they're screaming at people and they're being very disrespectful. And that's where I have a problem. Because my daughter...
But it starts in the home. It starts with the parents.
That's not always true.
No, you can't blame the video games, because who buys the video games? The parents.
No, grandparents buy them.
Okay, the adults. The responsible people in their lives. So you can't blame the video games. Riskit said Sony did it with the PS5. Yes, they did, Riskit, but I, more often than not, will not pay the $70 price tag for most games that have been coming out. I either trade stuff in to lower the price myself, or I wait for them to go on sale. So I am one of the people who has tried to hold as firm and strong as I can on that price hike that Sony did with the PS5. Now, granted, I have PS5s. I bought a PS5 brand new, and then we are fortunate enough to have a second one in the other room. But that one, trade-ins, and got it pre-owned. So, unfortunately, unfortunately, FOMO is a thing in technology and the video game industry. John said I play all sorts of games. Riskit said, Sea of Thieves. Riskit mentioned, yeah, I know. Riskit mentioned Sea of Thieves because you were talking about like violence in video games and stuff.
I'm an adult. I play it. My kids won't play that. I won't let my kids play Sea of Thieves.
Johnny,
I'll play it.
COD sucks though. T. Davidson, Xbox Series X already costs $750 to $800 here in New Zealand. Now they're going to be like $900.
Why are they so expensive over there compared to here?
The New Zealand currency is not as strong as the American dollar, but even then the American dollar is not that strong.
That's insane.
Welcome to global economics. Air Fate said, with the way that it's going, I wish Sega would come out with a console that was cheaper than the rest. Good games with the library Sega has, maybe some newer game titles too under Sega. I would absolutely love that. Nintendo will never let it happen. Riskit said it does normalize violence along with the movie industry. I mean, it does, but so I agree with you to an extent. I've always kind of been sort of half and half on that whole debate, because yes, I mean, depending upon, especially if it's a child, that because not all kids are the same, not all people are the same. If it's a child that's a lot more impressionable, then yes, potentially normalizes and desensitizes them to violence. But on the other hand, it's the other age-old argument that parents, grandparents, whoever should not be going out and buying rated M games or rated T for teen games for an 8-year-old. That's the other thing. And granted, if the parents also play games, well, then you know what? You need to put your games away where your kids can't get them and put them in the console. Or if they're digital, That's why you create separate profiles and you put a password on your on the adult profile so the
But
kids
see,
don't log in.
I agree with you on that though, because when I worked at Walmart years ago before I met you, because remember my job was at Walmart before we got together. I had parents come in for Christmas, and I would tell them this game is not rated for this age. Just letting you know, there's a lot of violence in it. And they'd be like, "Oh, it's no big deal. You know, we don't mind our kids shooting things." I'm like, "Okay, like who's making a serial killer today?" You know, like,
Fair enough. No, and I get the argument. Like I said, it's one of those things because I grew up just like some people watching. I grew up right during the video game boom where online gaming became a thing, and there were more and younger audiences were playing some more violent video games and stuff. I may be an exception to the rule. Who knows?
No,
as a teenager, I played Halo, which was rated M. As
I get what you're saying.
As a child, I watched South Park with my parents. I mean, but also at the same time, my parents also knew to instill in me a sense of reality, and also b a sense of fear, both the fear of God and the fear of them. If I were ever to repeat language or repeat any of the either violent or dumbass things I saw in video games or on TV, they'd make sure I'd regret it. So...
No, I get what you're saying, but you have to realize with me, because I'm a little bit older than you, I grew up where I only played Sonic and any kind of Sega, you know, like the kiddie Sega games. I didn't play Mortal Kombat and all that kind of stuff. You know, I watched Ghostbusters. I did stuff like, I didn't watch all that other stuff. And I was mostly outside when I was a kid. I didn't go inside. When we got internet, I was 16 years old.
Yeah.
When we got internet. When we owned a computer, I turned 16. And what I'm saying is, I didn't grow up like that. I watched South Park too, but I was 16 when I started watching South Park. So it was just different for me and you because I grew up differently.
Well, and Riskit says, before gaming and movies, how much violence were people exposed to on a regular basis? I can't say because I wasn't around before that, which is kind of your point, and I get that. But instead of video games and movies portraying violence, there was actual violence. There was Vietnam. There was World War II. There was all the terrible things that happened in the South during the Civil Rights Movement. So if it's not entertainment, it's other facets of life. And this is an age-old argument with video games and entertainment as well. So it goes both ways. Pandasmone, parents need to pay close attention to what their kids are doing,
and I truly believe that.
Yeah, and fortunately, we have kids that listen and understand the boundaries and the rules that we place down, and we are very attentive parents when it comes to the majority of the stuff that our kids are consuming, especially in today's day and age. But I don't know, maybe we're the exception to the rule. I don't know. John Ambler said, I grew up with violent video games as they were first rolling out in high school, like Doom and Mortal Kombat, but my parents raised me right to know the value of life, etc.
Yeah.
Riskit said, in a perfect world, we would have responsible parents that would keep their kids away from violent programs, but I have unfortunate news, we don't live in a perfect world. No,
we don't.
Absolutely, we don't live in a perfect world, but parents can do better. Nobody is perfect. Everybody can always do better. John goes, I turned out okay, mostly. No, but risk it. I absolutely 100% understand where you're coming from, and I agree with what you're saying to an extent. I really do.
I guess where I'm coming from, this is me being truthful.
Hold on 1 second. Debbie from Australia. Good day, everyone. Good day. Good day, Debbie. Hopefully I didn't offend you with that, but the Australian accents are fun. But now we got T. Davidson and Debbie, both from down under. You were saying?
I'm just saying, like, I think from my end, like, how I feel about everything, and I'm being honest. I grew up with a mother who didn't care what I was doing, where I was, who I was with. She didn't care. And I'm not going to lie. From the age of probably, 14 to the age of 28 years old, I was very irresponsible, very stupid, very immature. I didn't have my life together. And I know what it's like not having a good life. When I turned 30 is when I found Christ, when I changed my life over, when I started being a better person, and I started following my faith. Now, that being said, I raised my daughters to have faith because I want them to have values of life. I want them to know that there's more out there than just what people do in this world. Like, they need to understand that You need to walk with your faith, because that's how you stay pure. That's how you stay in a good life. You live good values. I don't want my daughters making the same mistakes that I did. I made a lot of mistakes. So I want my daughters to grow up having a good life, to be Christian women, to follow God's word. And that's exactly what I want to do. And Riz Kit, you are right. You are perfectly right. On my arm, it says God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. This is the one tattoo that I follow every single day.
That was an Australian accent. Yeah, kinda. It was. I was just blurting it out. If I actually put effort into it, it would have been better. Where were we up here? Era Fate said, I grew up watching Vietnam content along with World War II, stuff like that, etc. A decent amount of documentaries and cartoons, of course. Yeah, well, and there you go.
Watching
and there
documentaries.
You go. We can go to the argument of violence in cartoons. Looney Tunes. The Looney Tunes cartoons. The 30s, or the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. All that cartoon, all that imaginative fantasy cartoon violence and Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry and all that stuff. Perfect example. It's been around. So just because it wasn't in movies and video games doesn't mean that children and young people were not exposed to violence in other ways. Now, maybe not to the extent that it is nowadays, which I agree is a little way too much. But it's not like there was never
Real quick,
the sense of violence
Debbie,
and stuff
before
that
you
was
go,
consumed.
I have to tell you, my bucket list is to go to your country. I want to see Australia. I love Australia. I did a report when I was in high school, and I fell in love with the country. I'm dying to go to Australia. I want to go through spider season because I love spiders. They're so cute. So I'm so excited. Which brings me to my next announcement.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my goodness. I have to tell you guys.
Sorry, Lord. Yeah, that's my bad. Okay. I risk it, especially. You probably heard it. I slipped up. Lord, I apologize. But spiders are the creation of the devil in my mind.
Listen.
If anything, I was asking Jesus to save me from all the friggin' spiders.
I was trying to say, I came to my announcement.
Yes, talk about your monstrosities and your spawns of the devil.
Today, I took out my first sling. Little tiny baby.
No.
So cute.
No.
Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. Its name is Moonlight. You can't tell if it's a male or female. I had to wait about a month to see it, but I'm so excited. The first sling is doing great. It's in a little enclosure. Hasn't eaten yet because it's still eating off its yolk, but it's doing awesome. So, yay!
Debbie Australia said you'd be very welcome.
The only thing, Debbie, I couldn't do is the mashed pea thing. Ugh.
I would love to go to Australia too, Debbie. But if I step foot onto any Australian land, something is bound to try to kill me. Especially,
and I could bring home a peacock jumping spider.
No, you can't.
Yes, because they sell them there.
The plane won't make it back to the U.S. I'll make sure of it.
Will.
We will go down if it means I take down that eight-legged freak with us.
If anybody does not know, I used to be arachnophobic. I used to be terrified of spiders. I started following this woman on YouTube. Her name is Tarantula Cat. And she taught me through videos that jumping spiders were awesome creatures. So I bought my first jumping spider 2.5 years ago. His name was Jack Skellington. Jack passed away about 6 months ago. I was devastated. You could ask him. I was devastated. That was my little buddy. So I got Pumpkin. No. Pumpkin is my female jumping spider. She's so beautiful. She's orange. She's gorgeous. And she just laid her first sack. So I'm so excited because I'm a grandma of spiders. I'm so happy. But I love spiders. They're awesome. They are such wonderful creatures. I'm so happy that I have them. He doesn't like them.
Fate. That was a hypothetical for a situation that'll never happen. You can't. I'm not going to read that out loud. I'm not going to do that to myself. But risk it if you still happen to be watching, brother. If you can, for the online men's Bible study. If you can put in a plan for A, for atonement for me, and B, I don't know if there's something that you can help that I can read that can help me, I don't know, spiritually fight off the what is it? fight off the devil spawn of spiders. There we go. Risk it. Yeah. Context matters when you invoke the name of Jesus. Sounded like you were asking for salvation as opposed to using his name as a derivative. That's, yeah, honestly, it was. But I've also been trying to mind. I've been trying to mind myself when it comes to my language and stuff like that. So I just risk it. I know, especially because you run the men's Bible study. I wanted to make sure, like, hey, listen, my bad.
Can I bring up my next idea? Is that okay?
Yeah, give me a second. Let me just go through.
Okay.
Debbie says, not everything tries to kill you, just some. I have survived so far. Well, so you know what? I'll make a deal.
See a funnel web.
Well, I'll make a deal with Debbie in Australia. Debbie, we will come visit Australia if we can ever afford to. But the deal is, you have to be able to secure a working active flamethrower for me just in case. Deborah Prickett says, Queen Comix wife, remember what I asked about the orange thing in the pic?
Oh, yes.
What does that mean?
Okay, so when baby slings come out of their mother's nest and they're in the enclosure where they make their own webs, and you move them to their new enclosures, you take I can't think what they're called, pipe cleaners, and you cut them to fit the little enclosure so the babies can climb on something. So there were pipe cleaners that I put in there, and Debbie thought it was spider poopy. She thought it was spider poop.
Error of fate. Don't you swat me. Don't you do that. You just sit tight. I called the FBI. They're on their way to get you. It'll take them a bit because they're stuck behind an Amish buggy.
That's a good one, Aaron. That's a really good one.
John Ambler said a can of hairspray and a lighter works wonders in a pinch, just saying. But I can't take that stuff on a plane, John.
You can get it in Australia. Just buy it from a store.
I don't want to step foot off of that plane without knowing I have something there to protect myself.
Funnel spiders are not going to run after you in the middle of the airplane area.
No, but the ones from Eight-Legged Freaks will come out from that movie.
They don't exist.
The ones from the David Arquette movie, what is it, like 2002 David Arquette movie, Eight-Legged Freaks. They will come up out of the damn ground and chase everybody. I'm convinced.
Can I please bring up my next?
Okay. I'm gonna get through the comments. T. David said a lighter and some Raid. Debbie said no worries, I'll get hubby onto that. So okay, your husband will make me a flamethrower. That sounds good. John Ambler was a youth pastor another lifetime ago. Oh, hail to you, John Ambler, for that. You're saying? Are you saying in a previous life, like reincarnated? Is that what you meant? Shell Frogs, why are you so scared when you have your wife to protect you? No. Shell Frogs, just because I am fearful of them does not mean I will back down from them. I will kill every single eight-legged freak that comes my way.
Them.
I will stab them. I will set them on fire. I will squash them with my boot. I will stand up to the devil's creatures.
They're not devil
just
creatures.
Because I am yes they are. Just because I am fearful of them does not mean I will take those bastards down with me.
Do you understand how valuable that is to the environment? How much they save our environment?
They could save the environment away from my house.
We have some in our house right now.
Yes, I know.
80 of them. She laid 80. I counted them all.
A single one gets out. We have insurance on the home. That's all I'm saying.
They're not going to get out. I've been taking care of them.
That's all I'm saying. Shell Frogs, LOL, devil creatures. They are. They're
not. They're good.
But anyway, yeah. So Queen Comix wife, go ahead. Before we get into our last topic of the night, go ahead. You had something you wanted to share.
So, to all the women in the chat and any woman watching right now, Riz Kit and Comix Dad and Jay have a Bible study for men.
No, I don't have it. I'm just part of it.
Well, he's part of it. Sorry, he's part of it.
It's all Riz Kit for a biscuit.
Riz Kit and Jay work together for this Bible study. So I went to Riz Kit last night, and I am considering doing a woman's Bible study. So if any woman is considering attending it, let me know. I just want to be able to, worship Christ and have a wonderful Bible study. And I think it'd be great for all the women to get together and just be able to do that once a week if we can, and just, talk about things and just really embrace it. And it'd be really cool to do that. And I'm trying to figure that out because Riz Kit's teaching me, because I have no idea what I'm doing. But if anybody's interested in joining, please let me know. I know a lot of people are not religious and everything, so I don't want to push on anybody, but I'm just putting it out there that if you want to join a women's Bible study, if you want to be involved, please let me know, and I will start it with everybody.
Did you see what Risky put? You swallow an average of 20 spiders while sleeping during your lifetime.
You probably do. Well, there are a lot of house spiders.
Gotta sew my mouth shut, man.
We have house spiders on here all the time.
Era said, you are aware there's a spider that attacks birds, right? I'm pretty sure that can take Comix Dead on in hand-to-hand combat if it really wanted to. I will go shield and sword toe-to-toe with that MFer.
Wow.
Let's go. Also, I can live out my my D&D adventures in my head. Riskit said, step 1, read the Bible. Or listen to the Bible on audiobook. Whichever one suits you better.
I read the Bible.
See, if it's not a comic book or the Bible.
I've read the
Well,
Bible.
That's why I like the Bible study that Riskit has been organizing for the men of the Welcome to the Rebellion community in the Bible app.
Yeah.
Because it's got an audio function that it'll like AI will read it aloud, but I will sit there and read along with it.
And see, I'm different.
I have never been able to just sit down and read the Bible just in silence. I haven't been able to do
he's like that. I love to read the Bible. I actually read my Bible every single day. I take out my Bible and I read every day. And I read a passage that will help me through the day, because there are some days where I have a bad day. And I find my favorite passages and I read them and I just pray right after. And I feel great the rest of the day. Like, it really helps. It really does.
John Ambler says Queen Comic's wife loves boys.
I don't like buds.
Now,
I hate them.
The Bible app also, I have been going in there this week and reading through whatever the verse of the day is as well. So Riska says, yeah, I like how the app will audiobook it. Shawfrog says, can you imagine the commentary between wife and dad? One hates spiders, one hates birds. That would be a pay-per-view episode.
My goodness.
John said, I have a few different versions of the Bible on my shelf that I use to cross-reference along with an audio Bible.
That's cool.
And John was a youth pastor in his 20s and 30s.
Yeah, I heard him. That's neat.
All right. Well, let us get into our final topic of the night. For anybody out there who's a Harry Potter fan, John Lithgow won't quit Harry Potter series over J.K. Rowling gender controversies. Quote, why is this a factor? So, John Lithgow, for those of you who don't know, is going to be playing Albus Dumbledore in the HBO Harry Potter series coming out. I love John Lithgow. I have loved him because I remember as a kid watching Third Rock from the Sun, and I thought he was absolutely hilarious in that. I love that show. One of the best sitcoms of the 90s, in my opinion. But yeah, he is slated to be actor. He is slated to be Albus Dumbledore, and he's had a great career as well. But he is slated to be Albus Dumbledore in the Harry Potter HBO series. So let's get into the article again from That Park Place. The ongoing issues between gender activists and Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling won't stop veteran actor John Lithgow from taking on the role of Dumbledore in the upcoming HBO series. John Lithgow has made it clear that outside pressure will not influence his involvement in the HBO's upcoming Harry Potter television series. In a new interview with the Times of London, the 79-year-old actor addressed the controversy surrounding J.K. Rowling and the backlash he has personally received since signing on to play Professor Albus Dumbledore.
I think he'll make a really good Dumbledore.
Potentially.
I think he will.
Potentially. There's been some questionable casting choices. I think he'll be okay, but I gotta see it.
Snape is the one I have a problem with.
Well, yeah, a lot of people do. Lithgow said but we're not talking about that tonight. That's been talked to death over the last few weeks.
Gotcha.
I mean, we can touch on it, but I don't want to get too much into that. Lithgow said he, quote, absolutely did not expect the negative reaction from Rowling's critics, but remains unfazed. Quote, of course, it was a big decision because it's probably the last major role I'll play, Lithgow explained. It's an 8-year commitment, so I was just thinking about mortality and that this is a very good winding down role. Probably not very, very time consuming. But it's probably, because it's going to be
8 years?
It's going to be the entire Harry Potter series.
In a TV series?
Yes, they're going to do probably like 8 or 10 episodes, but those episodes are going to take place or are going to cover each book.
Oh, who's going to be Harry Potter?
Some kids probably. I don't know.
Oh, they haven't released it yet?
No. But before officially accepting the role, Lithgow shared that a close friend, a mother of a child who identifies differently from their birth sex, So a very mentally disturbed child that needs help sent him an open letter about Rowling titled "An Open Letter to John Lithgow. Please walk away from Harry Potter." John Lithgow described the letter as, quote, "the canary in the coal mine," revealing the extent of the organized push against projects associated with Rowling. Despite receiving the letter and the broader criticism, Lithgow was firm when asked if the backlash made him reconsider joining. Quote, "Oh heavens no," he replied, questioning why Rowling's views on gender should impact his work. "I thought, why is this a factor at all?" he said. Lithgow noted he had not yet met Rowling, but expressed curiosity about eventually speaking with her. J.K. Rowling is one of the executive producers on the show, remains actively involved in the project. According to HBO CEO, Rowling has played a significant role in the selection of the show's writer and director. Also confirms that Rowling's views have generated controversy. They have not affected casting decisions. Well, clearly they haven't affected casting decisions because, like you mentioned, the casting for Severus Snape, not that there's anything wrong with the actor that they've gotten, probably, but if you want to be accurate, especially if that's the author, you want to be accurate to what the actual author written in the source material, you gotta cast based on looks as well. That's all I'll say
Alan
about
Rickman
that.
was a great Snape.
Alan Rickman was a legend.
He will always be Snape. I loved him as Snape. He portrayed it so well because I've read all the Harry Potter books, and I'm gonna tell you, he was just so good at it, and I loved him for it. And I hate that he passed away.
Oh yeah, far too soon. Riskit says Lithgow's a great actor, but I'm not interested in seeing this role for him. Should be a Brit. Yeah, that's kind of my mindset for it. Now, granted, John Lithgow is very talented, and actors do accents. But yeah, I don't. Especially just all the roles that I know of John Lithgow over the course of his career and over the course of my life. It should be somebody who's genuinely British.
Yeah. Like Tommy. Tommy should do it.
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh, Tommy would be a great Dumbledore.
No, he'd be one of the elves.
Stop.
Lithgow's casting as Dumbledore was officially confirmed earlier this year. He described the opportunity as bittersweet, admitting that the scale and duration of the commitment were factors he carefully considered. Quote, "It came as a total surprise to me," he said. "It's going to define me for the last chapter of my life, I'm afraid." Yeah, I mean, by the time they actually start filming, he'll be at least 80.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. He's 79 right now.
Wow.
So he'll be, if
he'll be 88.
Knock on wood, his health holds up for the duration of the series. Like, him dying as Dumbledore in the show, art may imitate life or vice versa by the end of the show. He may very well pass away right around the time they film Dumbledore's death in the series. Who knows? John Lithgow on the series, or John Lithgow on... Wait, hold on. I skipped a part. Oh yeah, John Lithgow is on the series, joining Janet McTeer as Professor McGonagall. I don't know who she is.
I'm not happy about that.
Papa Acedu as Professor Severus Snape. Nick Frost as Rubus Hagrid, which I'm excited for that casting.
So am I.
I love Nick Frost.
So do I.
Luke Thallin as Professor Quirrell. I don't know who Luke Thallin is. And Paul Whitehouse as Argus Filch. Filch. I don't know who Paul Whitehouse is either. I mean, if I see pictures of these actors, I may know who they are, but just from the names, I don't know.
See, here's the thing about this. The reason why I would pump McGonagall is because Maggie Smith is one of my favorite actresses. I loved her in everything. I've always loved Maggie Smith. When she passed away, I was so upset about that because she's just a beautiful soul. And I just can't see anybody else playing her character. So it's just going to be really hard to watch that, you know?
Yeah, risk it. Still better casting than what they did with Snape. Yep. John, you're talking about something else, I guess. With there's talk of spiders in boots and shoes down in Australia and New Zealand.
Oh.
Let's see. What else we got here? Deborah says, "I've never watched Harry Potter nor Lord of the Rings. Not my jam."
Deborah!
I can understand the Harry Potter thing, Deborah. Lord of the Rings.
Come on, Deborah.
You know what? I think even if it's not going to be permanent content on the channel, I know what we have to do now. Lord of the Rings watch parties specifically for Deborah.
Deborah, if we're going to be friends, you have to watch Lord of the Rings. You have to. We have to watch it together.
Panda Simone says, "Blasphemy, Deborah."
Thank you, Panda. Like, it's one of the best movies. The Hobbit. I like the Hobbit more, but you know.
Debbie, the Hobbit movies are much worse than the Lord of the Rings movies.
I like the Hobbit movies because I love the dwarfs.
Well,
Balin was in it, which Balin's my favorite dwarf.
You got Gimli and Lord of the Rings. That's all you need.
I know, but I like Balin.
Debbie,
you know that.
Debbie in Australia says, I feel America has more dangerous animals than we have. Bears, wolves, mountain lions, etc. We don't have anything like that.
You have what they call the funnel web spider. He would have a heart attack.
Deborah goes, I knew I would be blacklisted. I liked Game of Thrones. Oh, Deborah.
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Game of Thrones up until like season 5.
No, that was stupid.
It was. You didn't even watch the whole series.
I watched up to season 4.
Game of Thrones up to season 5. Yeah, it was good. After that, the heavy decline. But Deborah. Okay, put it this way. If you liked Game of Thrones, then you will absolutely love Lord of the Rings.
You'll love Lord of the Rings more.
That confirms it. Deborah, even if we don't do it as channel content, we have to get you on Discord or something, Deborah, so this way I can stream the Lord of the Rings. We can watch Lord of the Rings with you together at the same time.
I'll watch it with you.
Risket says, I haven't seen Game of Thrones. King's Advisors said I should. Now, yeah, I would say definitely go watch Game of Thrones. Just be prepared after season 5, the quality of the writing and the character development. Because after a while, they stopped because George R.R. Martin hasn't put out a book in frickin' forever. He won't finish a damn book. After like season 5 or 6-ish, the writers had to kind of start making stuff up because George R.R. Martin hasn't continued the story in another book yet. He hasn't finished the next book in the series. So risk it. Definitely, I would say definitely go and watch it, especially season 1, because you have Sean Bean. And Sean Bean, risk it just not necessarily too much of a spoiler, because if you know Lord of the Rings and you know who Sean Bean is and his career, I'll just put it this way, risk it. Sean Bean does Sean Bean things, and I'll leave it at that. Risket says that's what everyone says, which is why I haven't gotten into it. I understand that, but it's the first 4 or 5 seasons are definitely worth the watch. And then once you start watching after that, if you don't like it, it's perfectly okay to stop watching. But I definitely risk it. I would definitely say at least go watch the first season. At the very least, go watch the first season. Arafate said, good night and goodbye, fellow humans. Have a good night, Ara. Thanks for hanging out. John said, all right, I'm back. Didn't know you went anywhere, John. Deborah Perkins says, the other 2 shows are too dark, like spooky dark, like cheap films to me because lighting was so dark. Well, that's fine. But, Deborah, we got to get you to watch Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Deborah says, my family loves both those shows. They watch them over and over. Yeah, you got to watch Lord of the Rings, Deborah. And they're not shows; they're movies. Don't watch the Lord of the Rings show on Amazon. That is absolute trash, and they've disgraced Tolkien's world building and lore that he created. Just watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy. That's all you got to do. And Deborah, we will watch it with you if we have to. I will stream it over Discord or something like that, and we will watch the movies together. Debbie Australia said, I'm heading out to my craft group. Thanks for the entertainment. Catch you next time. Debbie, thank you so much for joining us. We will definitely see you next time. You have yourself a good time at your craft group. John said, I fell asleep during the third Lord of the Rings. Shame on you, John. Granted, Two Towers was the best of that trilogy, but they were all good. Return of the King was also fantastic. So shame on you, John. But let's continue. John Lithgow's defense of his decision follows actor Pedro Pascal. Boo, boo Pedro Pascal. Boo. His recent public insult towards Rowling, where Pascal labeled the author as a, quote, heinous loser for celebrating the United Kingdom Supreme Court's ruling affirming the legal recognition of sex refers to biological sex. So men are men, women are women. Finally, some common sense in the UK. The ruling clarified that services designated for women, such as shelters, hospital wards, and athletic competitions, may be reserved based on birth sex without violating broader legal protections. Rowling, who has long advocated for the safeguarding of women's spaces based on biological realities, praised the court's decision in a vital reinforcement of longstanding protections. And Pedro Pascal's brother thinks he's a damn woman now, so that's why Pedro Pascal is all got his panties in a bunch. Which, honestly, Pedro Pascal's cross-dressing brother is probably just Pedro Pascal. Just saying.
Wow, we went there.
But yeah, anyway, though, to the meat and potatoes of the article, I mean, good on John Lithgow. He's not thinking about political ideologies. He's not thinking about social implications. The man just wants to finish his life with a role that he will enjoy. That's all he wants to do. He wants to finish out. He wants to close out his life and close out his career by doing something that will take him to the end of his life, most likely, and that he can enjoy and just take solace in the fact that he did something he loved all the way up to the bitter end. So good on John Lithgow for saying ignore exactly what it says in the title. Why is this a factor? Who cares? And good on him. And that's kind of how we all need to think. Why does it matter? Who cares? Ignore it all. Ignore the nonsense and just do your thing. But yeah, let's.
Because unfortunately nowadays, Comics Dad, that's how they think nowadays. That
I know.
there's more than two genders. Which last time I checked, there's male and female.
I know. Oh, risk it with a hot take. What? Return of the King was better than Two Towers? No, Return of the King was great. Risk it. It's not like I'm saying Return of the King was bad. Return of the King and Two Towers are almost equal in my mind. It's like Two Towers is here. Return of the King is literally like right here. Risk it. It's that close. John Ambler said, "Yeah, not sure why the third one did that to me. Watched the first two, no problem. But then again, when the third one came out, I wasn't getting much sleep because my daughter was still a little baby. Maybe that's what it was. Well, then, John, go back and watch it again. It's on. I think it's on HBO.
No, it's not anymore. They took it off.
Oh, they took it off.
Yep.
Well, we have them on Blu-ray, so, and I have the book trilogy too. So, yeah. So I guess, Miss Queen Comics Wife, do you have any more final thoughts on the Harry Potter show and John Lithgow and just kind of the way he's looking at approaching this role and the show and everything?
I mean, honestly, I'm not a big Harry Potter fan. I mean, I read the books. I've seen all the movies that Daniel Radcliffe was in and everything. I've seen all those.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, I've never really been a Harry Potter, because here's the problem with all this. So yes, Harry Potter's a good series. It was cute. It was fun. The books were great. But me personally, the whole wizard thing is not my cup of tea. I don't really like that kind of stuff. For me, I rather have ghost stories and stuff like that. So, it's okay. Would I watch this? Yes, because, I've seen everything with Harry Potter already. So I would watch it, but I think he's going to do great as Dumbledore. I really do. But the guy that played Snape, they should kick him out, because I'm sorry. But
he's already been cast.
I know, but you know how I feel about that, because the original Snape will always be Snape. And that's what's going to,
Well,
I'm
before we close out the show, I just have one or two more things to show you guys, just to kind of lighten the mood a little bit.
I need that.
Yep, that's what I'm going to.
Wait, where do you get? What is that?
I don't know. Obviously, it's a popcorn bucket.
Well, I know. Where do you get that from?
I don't know. It's something that somebody posted. It's
I need one.
There's no link to it. Just Tom Connors of Midnight's Edge. He posted just a picture of this Jaws popcorn bucket.
My 5-year-old would be so excited about that.
Our daughter is twisted. She loves Jaws.
I have her loving Jaws, yes. That is the one bad mom thing I did. I let her watch Jaws with me, and now she loves Jaws.
But that is a really cool popcorn bucket. I'm not about the popcorn bucket craze. This one is.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not about
bad.
the popcorn bucket. You had me get you Nightmare Before Christmas one down at Disney. We got a Timon and Pumbaa ones for Lion King. You have a Ghostbusters one. You're about that popcorn bucket design thing.
And here's the worst part. I don't even use it for popcorn. I use it for decoration.
They're not even on display. That's the worst part.
Ghostbusters.
Do you even know where the one from Disney is?
It's on the where else is it on the
I haven't seen it in almost 2 years.
That's
all I'll say.
It's right on the refrigerator.
But yeah, this is, I don't know. This would be like the one popcorn bucket I would go and buy for myself.
Yourself?
Yes.
I'm gonna tell my daughter.
Well, we'll get multiple. And then the only other thing that I got is just, it's a new week. It's Thursday. Yesterday was New Comic Book Day. And this coming weekend actually is Free Comic Book Day on Saturday, everybody. So just real quick, some new titles that are out this week, or new books. Ultimate Spider-Man number 16 this week came out. Looking forward to it. For anybody who has been disappointed with Marvel, like I have been, and like so many others have been. The one thing that you can trust reading that will be good from Marvel is this new Ultimate Spider-Man series, written by Jonathan Hickman and the art by Mark Cicchetto. The two of them do a fantastic job on the book, and it's everything I would want from a Spider-Man title. So go check it out. But yes, this Saturday is Free Comic Book Day for everybody who is interested in comic books. Or if you know somebody who's interested in comic books, let them know. Reach out to your local comic shops tomorrow and ask them if they are doing anything for Free Comic Book Day. Many comic book shops do. There's one that we're going to be going to on Saturday. They are doing a 20% off sale on all back issue, which is basically non-brand new and old comic books and merchandise. Everything in the store that is not brand new is 20% off on Saturday.
Which means they have number one. I'm going to probably try.
They don't have it. I already asked.
Dang it! I
Because I went yesterday to go pick this up. So
you went without me again?
I just picked up my new books for the week.
Again?
I picked up my new books for the week.
This is the second time he left me home. Why can't I go?
I just went to get my new books for the week. That's it.
You left me home.
You don't have any books that are being pulled currently.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No.
You left me home. Why
Fine.
could you do
when
that
we
to
go
me?
there Saturday, you will set up an account with them and you will tell them what books you want pulled. Risket
That
said
hurts my feelings.
Risket said nice, didn't know Free Comics Day was tomorrow. No, it's not tomorrow, Risket. It's Saturday. On Saturday is Free Comic Book Day. But yeah, and also with Free Comic Book Day, it's exactly that. There are comic books that some of the bigger publishers print that are meant to just be given out to people to come into the stores. Some of them contain full stories. Sometimes it's like multiple stories, which are like probably the first half or first third of a new issue or the first issue of a new series or something, and it'll be like 2 or 3 of those put together in a book. But yeah, you can go grab as many as you want. Some stores will be like, oh, you can only grab like up to 3 or 4 of the free comic books. But other stores will be like, yeah, whatever is a free comic book, just take 1 of each if you want, because leave some for everybody. But yeah, definitely everybody call your local comic book shops tomorrow. Go ask what they will be doing for Free Comic Book Day tomorrow, or on Saturday, I mean. Because if you're not interested in comics, I'm sure there's probably somebody in your friends, your family, or in your social circles that do. Or if you know somebody that likes comics, you want to get them a present for upcoming birthday or something for Christmas or whatever. A lot of comic book shops do sales on Free Comic Book Day. So go ahead, call tomorrow, ask around. Hey, are you doing a sale? Are you having any special events? There's one store that's near us that's actually doing giveaways and stuff and raffles and whatnot. So Free Comic Book Day, big deal. So go out, go support your local comic shops, go check out Free Comic Book Day, support comic books. But yeah, picked up Ultimate Spider-Man number 16 is new this week. And then what else was new this week? I'm really interested in reading this. It's a new independent series out by Image called Lost Fantasy. I don't know anything about it. It just looked cool. It sounded cool. I'm gonna read that. And then last thing that I got is this actually came out last week, but I picked it up yesterday in my pull box. So for anybody who knows of Deadpool, the creator of Deadpool, Rob Liefeld, before he created Deadpool, he went and started Image Comics with Todd McFarlane, who's big in the comic book world. Todd McFarlane's the creator of Spawn. The very first title at Image Comics ever, which Rob Liefeld, Todd McFarlane, and some other people started Image Comics together as a company. Rob Liefeld put out the first title for Image Comics ever, and it was Youngblood. Rob Liefeld has revived Youngblood, and it's a new Youngblood series called Youngblood Deluxe. So if you like Deadpool, if you like Rob Liefeld, ask your comic shop, and you can probably find some online as well. Go pick up Youngblood 1 Deluxe. I can't wait to sit down and read this weekend. I'm excited for it, but definitely go do that.
And Risk Kid, I can't go to the comic book store tomorrow because I have to go get my daughters some summer. We're going to a thrift store tomorrow that's near us that they sell like kids' summer clothes like really cheap. So I'm gonna be going shopping for summer clothes because my kids need summer clothes desperately. They are running out of clothes.
Queen Beth go to the comic shop alone tomorrow.
And I won't be going till Saturday, which I hope I'm not left home
They're opening at 10 a.m. on Saturday. We are going to be there at 9:30 waiting for them to open the door.
He left me home again. That's the second time he's done this to me. He went to the comic book store and left me home twice.
You don't have it. I literally only went to get my new books.
I wanted to go look. I like going
when
to
we
the
go
comic
look,
store.
I was in and out in 5 minutes. When we go look, we're there for an hour.
No, we're not.
It's like window shopping at any other store with you.
I don't window shop. I buy stuff.
Stuff that you didn't even know you wanted or needed.
Okay. I buy it.
I love you. I'll leave it at that.
Whatever. You don't love me because you left me home twice.
Oh, stop it. I love you. But Queen Comics Wife, do you have anything else you want to close out with? Here we go. John Ambler said, now I just want to give my daughter and granddaughter a big hug right now.
And then Deborah says, no, you smell like booze.
Feel the love.
John, you know what? I can't say feel the love because somebody leaves me home to go to the comic book store.
No.
But you know what? I never leave him at home.
Only when I'm picking up my new books. That's it. Because you don't have any that you're currently getting pulled right now.
Deborah, the devil is a lie. Don't say that. Don't say that. Enjoy it.
It's not all it's cracked up to be.
Sometimes the devil makes you sin, and I'm about to sin.
I'll be the sacrificial lamb. Pure as a sacrificial lamb.
Pure my tail. Pure my sure, you're pure. Let me tell you, you're so pure.
But yeah. Queen Comics Wife, what you got going on?
What do I have going on? Well, what do I have going on? So this week I have nothing going on as of this weekend. It's going to rain all wonderful weekend. But we need the rain because we don't need the rain because that means our grass is going to grow like 3 times the
Deborah said, that was a sarcastic comment.
Oh, well, I get it.
John.
But no, so basically I am going to a thrift store tomorrow because my daughters need clothes.
Yep, we're going clothes shopping.
Saturday we're going to the comic book store.
For the children's.
And then Sunday, I'm probably going to try to go to church because I really need to go back to church for a little bit. And then...
Don't even.
The spider's in her own enclosure. She's not even bothering nobody. Anyway.
Yeah. The comic shop on Saturday.
Comic shop on Saturday. I do not know what we're doing Sunday yet.
Go to the park or something.
Yeah. Well, no, it's gonna rain.
They'll figure something out.
But honestly, like, I have so much work that's been done this week. Like, my job is like 4 times busy right now because this time of year.
Yeah.
So, like, literally, by the time I'm done with work, I'm so mentally exhausted that I just don't want to do anything. But I know the girls are going to want to go do something, mom and dad, because it's the weekend. So I might like to go to the arcade, or I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We always do.
We'll have fun. They love going to the bookstore. They love to look at books. They
like going to the comic shop also. Well, the little one likes going to the comic shop.
Oh, my little one loves the comic shop.
She likes looking through the back issues, but she's not super... I mean, she's as careful as she can be, but given that she's also 5, I take her over to the dollar book, or I take her to the books where they're like maybe priced at $3 or $4.
Yeah.
Let her flip through those, because if she does bend one, it's not an expensive book. I'll just buy it if I have to.
Yeah. And then my oldest right now was reading what is it called? Comics Dad, the new book she likes now.
I don't know.
With the dog on it.
Dogman.
Dogman. There's Dogman and Catboy?
I think it's called Catboy. I don't know.
Or something like that. But she likes this new
Some
series.
kind of long-form children's comic book.
Yeah. It's like this
or
new series she's in
novel.
love with. She started reading it at school, fell in love with it. So me and Comics Dad for her birthday bought her 2 different books. And now she's almost done with the first one because she's read it every night, apparently.
And I need to finish reading Jay Drunk 3PO's Achromatic Chronicles Green with the little one. She loved blue and she was enjoying green. So I got to finish reading that with her too.
And I'm actually reading right now with her Charlotte's Web because
with the little one?
Yep. I'm reading every night with her, reading like small pieces at a time. Because she loves spiders and I love spiders. And I told her about Charlotte's Web, about what it was about, and she wanted to read it. So every night we read a little bit of version of it. And then also, I started at night doing small little Bible verses for her at night. So we can pray together, and we pray together before she goes to sleep, which is awesome. So I'm having her get into that routine. So yeah, I mean, we're just reading a lot of different things now, having fun with it. Me personally, I need to go buy pajamas this weekend because
we're doing that too.
Yeah, because unfortunately, Queen Comics over here has holes in her pajamas because my pajamas are like 9 years old. Listen, this is how I am, okay? And I'm being completely honest. I buy Comics Dad and the kids all brand new stuff constantly. When it comes to me, I don't buy myself anything. So I'll wear the same stuff for like you could ask him for like 6 years until it gets holy, and then I still won't buy new stuff. He has to make me buy new stuff.
Well, and I'm the same way, and you just go buy stuff for me.
I do. I really do. But me, I don't buy nothing. Like I have shirts and pants I need to get like new stuff, and I don't do it. And he's like, go buy pants. I'm like, no. Like I don't need them. I can wait. And then when I say I can wait, I'm down to one pair of pants because my leggings all have holes in them.
Yep.
Like my pajamas. My pajamas have all holes in them. I have like one pair of pajamas that are actually decent.
Mama's pajamas. Holy pajamas.
Basically, that's what they are. Yeah, what they are. They're very holy.
and then also just to come back to it on Tuesday.
Oh, so Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be hosting in my stream. Tiny Panda Face will be joining me on a wonderful streaming time. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about just yet, but when she gets on with me, all we're going to do is laugh and act dumb and just crack up and be loud and obnoxious. And he's already like stressed out about it because he knows how when we're together, how we get. And it's just going to be a fun time. We're going to have fun. We're going to laugh and joke and just really enjoy each other's company. And then I'm working.
And I'm kidding. Tiny Panda Face, she's a blast.
I love Tiny Panda Face.
You guys are going to have fun watching her and this one on stream together.
And then right now for this month, I'm trying to get with her to figure out what day will work for her. But Yarn Witch, which is from Tomby's channel, I met her. Wonderful woman, great personality, really
Yarny.
Sweetheart. I love Yarny. Yarny is awesome. Me and her talked, and she said that we're gonna pick a day where she can come on, and she's just awesome. And when she does her yarn stuff, it's so cool. Like I wish I'm not that talented. And then the reason why I met Tiny Panda Face is because she does crocheting, which again, I'm not good at this stuff. So
you got people to teach you.
Exactly. Oh, and Tiny Panda Face is going to be making me a Kirby with an Abraham Lincoln hat and an Abraham Lincoln beard.
Oh, geez.
Because I love Abraham Lincoln and I love Kirby. So she's making me a little tiny one for my desk for work. I'm so excited.
Oh, geez.
But go ahead.
Wow. That was Kirby Ham Lincoln. I never thought I'd see the day. But yeah, that's what Queen Comics Wife has going on. You can subscribe to her, Queen Comics Wife on YouTube. If you have a Rumble account, follow her, Queen Comics Wife over on Rumble. For myself, Comics Dad channel over on Rumble. Just Comics Dad here on YouTube. Follow me over on X at Comics Dad. Tomorrow, we are going to be continue our gaming stream of Claire Obscure Expedition 33, which we talked about earlier in the stream. Not gonna lie, chat. I do apologize. I did play ahead a little bit the other day because I couldn't wait any longer to play more of that game. But
shame on you.
I didn't get too far ahead though.
What are you doing? What is your schedule Saturday?
Saturday we're not doing anything.
All right, I'm streaming Saturday night.
Yeah, Comics Wife will stream Saturday night. I may do another game stream like Saturday afternoon or something for like an hour when we're done doing stuff maybe. But yeah, tomorrow, I don't know what time I'm going to start streaming tomorrow because I want to try and get longer gaming streams in before Doom the Dark Ages comes out in a week and a half. Because I'm going to be streaming that day one. So I want to get through as much of Expedition 33 as I can. So I'm hoping to start kind of early tomorrow and do a long stream tomorrow. But we'll see how that goes. Next week, more gaming on Sunday, more gaming on Monday. Next Thursday, Talking Shop, we have a special guest over on X. Follow Dreams Uncharted, an independent comic creator with a very interesting and unique funding model for getting his comic books funded by the people that want to read them. So I can't wait to have him on. That's going to be a really awesome show, especially for people that are into independent comics. If you enjoyed the show where I had Eric Hodson on last month, you guys are going to enjoy the show with Dreams Uncharted. What else?
12 days till my birthday. Woo!
12 days till Queen Comics Wife's birthday. 12
days. I'll be 38.
That was my ear.
I don't care. You're fine. I'll be 38 in 12 days.
And then what else? What else we got going on? Yeah, keep an eye out for new comics read along. I gotta pick a book. I gotta pick a book or two to try and record this weekend. I was doing good with doing 2 a week. That lasted for about a month.
So Comics Dad tonight came up to me and says, "What do you want for your birthday, honey?" I was like, "Can't tell him what I wanted. Tell him what I wanted. You forgot, didn't you? You forgot what I asked.
Oh no, you
for?
want a can opener?
I want a can opener. So let me explain why.
Oh,
So
geez,
Comics
here we
Dad
go.
bought me this handheld can
Can we just
opener.
talk about it on your birthday stream?
Hold on.
All right,
So
chat.
he
We're
bought
gonna
me-
be another 45 minutes.
No, we're not. So-
I'm gonna sit here and I'm just gonna bag my comics.
So anyway,
Here we go.
Comics Dad bought me this can opener that is like hand, what is it called? Like a wireless
Electric.
And you click the button and it just does it itself. It opens itself like a gizmo, which back then that's what they used to be called. But anyway, the stupid thing when you go to open the can, it leaves like these metal like shavings around the can, so it keeps getting in my fingers and it hurts because all those shaved metals stick into my finger and it hurts really bad. So I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this. Can you just get me an electric can opener so I can put it on my counter and I can just hit the button and then just, do it? Because, yes, Deborah, a can opener. Because I'm tired of using the one that we have. It's awful. And I really want another can opener. Listen, the other birthday present I wanted, which is expensive, I wanted 21 and, what is it called again? 23 and the one about the swab test where you do the 23andMe. I wanted that for my birthday, but it's just too expensive right now, so we can't do it. But it's where you swab your mouth and they send it off to find out what nationality you are and all the, everything about your family and whatever. And I really wanted to do that. I just can't afford it. That was my birthday present that I really wanted, but that's not going to happen. Because it's like $120 to do it. So I'm like, I can't do it right now.
Well, you're going to get you're treating yourself to a facial. You could also do that.
No, the facials are more expensive. So
that's what I'm saying.
I'm treating myself to a facial because I'm having like face like problems like with acne and I'm starting to get wrinkles and I just want to have a nice good facial like spa day because I've never really had a spa day. So
can opener.
Yeah, a can opener. Yeah, that's
an electric can opener.
An electric, well, the one that you put on the
Frog says John and Risk It. She's gonna get you both.
Well, no, it's the one that you put on the counter and you plug it in. Then you just hit the button.
Gotta get the electric can opener.
Exactly. I want the electric can opener.
A what now?
A what? Wait, what now?
A what now?
A what now what? What's he asking? I'm so confused. But no, so no. But no, honestly, like that's what I really want for my birthday. I wanted 23andMe, but that's not going to happen right now. Hopefully at Christmas I can do it.
That instead of the facial.
I need it for my face because I have wrinkles.
No, you don't.
I do. Okay, listen guys. I have like 2 wrinkles here and like 2 up here. And I'm very like insecure about it because like they're not really that visible, but I can see them if that makes sense. So like it just bothers me because, like none of my friends have the stupid wrinkles yet and I'm starting to get them. Maybe it's stress. I don't know. But the point is, I just want to be able to have a nice birthday and just be with my family, have a good time. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
This is pretty.
I'm so glad it's all you care about. It's your wife's birthday coming up and you don't even care.
I do care. And I do care, but you were talking about the damn can opener.
Whatever.
But actually the timing was perfect. I just finished bagging all the books. So but thank you everybody so much for hanging out tonight. Again, please, if you haven't done so already, hit like on the stream, subscribe to the channel, making that push for 300. New content at 300. Go subscribe to Queen Comics Wife channel as well. Follow me on X. Comics read along videos, gaming streams. Go check out this month's, last month's now because we're in April. Go check out April's Indie Comic Highlight, also known as ICK. I put that out on Tuesday. Go check that out. Independent comic creator Paul Thayer with his title Project Nausis. Cool dude, fellow New Jerseyan, good guy. He's doing a lot of cool things with his book and his IP. So go check out the video. Go check out Paul. But thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate you all. John, what?
Paul's not Jerseyan.
Paul Thayer? Yeah, he is. You don't know. Who are you talking about?
Oh, no, other Paul.
What Paul?
Oh, never mind. I have a Paul that follows me. That I thought you were. Okay, never mind. Forget it.
No.
I was saying, wait, no, Paul's from Detroit. What the hell are you talking about? Paul's from
not Paul Hadouken.
No, that's from Chicago.
Yes, not Paul Hadouken.
No, not that Paul either.
Paul Thayer. He's an independent comic creator.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, never mind.
But Joycey says risk it. But I forget what I was saying. But anyway,
thank you for coming and watching.
Thank you guys. Check out her channel. Check out all the stuff on my channel. Oh yes, push for 300 subscribers. Comics Crew.
Push for 40.
Comics Crew. Please spread the word about the channel because at 300 we're doing new content. So let's go. Thank you guys so much. John Ambler, again, thank you so much, sir, for the donation. Queen Comics wife and I really appreciate it. That's very generous of you. Oh, stop. You know it's going to get used for... Oh, stop. You know it's going to get used for bills or the family or the kids or something. I got my tax return this week. I'm doing that. That's what I've been using.
I'm broco.
But thank you so much, guys. We love you. We appreciate you. Remember to be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Support your local comic shops. Support independent comic creators. Support small creators like myself, like Queen Comics Life, and like so many others out there on Rumble and on YouTube. And don't forget, Saturday, free comic book day. Call your local comic shops tomorrow. Find out what deals and events they're doing and get out there to those local comic shops. Take advantage of some deals and get some really good really cool books. But thank you guys so much. Until tomorrow's game stream, this is Comics Dad.
Queen Comics.
Queen Comics Wife, saying we'll see y'all next time. Take care, guys. Peace. I'm out. Let's go. Ending broadcast.